But first and foremost, let me welcome everybody to the Unlock Abuja. We had Unlock Lagos. Are we live on TikTok? Thank you very much. We had Unlock Lagos, and it was fantastic. How many people here joined, you streamed online, Unlock Lagos? If you streamed online. Oh, few people. So most of you are actually here for the first time. So how did you hear about me? Online. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. So every day we are catching new fishes. Awesome. Okay, so we started this event on Thursday. And what we did was, let me first welcome everybody officially. And then to all our social media viewers, especially TikTok. I'm sentimental about TikTok, because TikTok led us to where we are today. Thank you if you're watching on TikTok. Thank you if you're watching on Facebook. If you're from Instagram, thank you, everybody. And thank you to everyone here this afternoon who you have taken your time, your precious time, that you can sit down in your house on Sunday and watch some Netflix, or go to one of those beautiful gardens in Abuja and sit down and enjoy yourself. But you've decided to come here, to come and listen. I always say this, system of teaching is, many times, some of the things I say are quite spontaneous. And the people who are close to me, they know that I work a lot. Like, sometimes I finish my live session, all those free live sessions, Ibro is here, we finish like 10:30. As soon as I finish, I just go to the dining table with my laptop. I'm there for another 2 hours, working on PowerPoint, researching, because usually I don't want the energy to waste. Because the moment I'm done with a session, the energy is still high up there, so I want to take advantage. But I also know that when I marry, no wife will allow that. Okay, it's time to go and sleep in the bedroom. This has nothing to do with religion. You can be anything and be here, please. You can be demonic and even be here. We are not afraid of anything, We learn from everything, right? The true definition of spirituality is to understand timing. That's it. During the week, I was with somebody very influential. This week I was, we had a lot of private sessions, but I had some sessions with some people this week, and I know that it's as a result of something that I activated, right? And these key people, not just in Nigeria, but outside, right? And guess what during the conversation, guess what I discovered? A lot of the people in position of power and wealth, do you know that they don't have as much knowledge as you have? You know that? They cannot communicate knowledge at the level that you can communicate it. I hope you know that. But do you know the leverage they have over you? Do you know the leverage? They have wisdom. Do you know what wisdom is? The action word. Wisdom is the action. Wisdom is the ability to access a portal of insight and revelation, and you are not running analysis paralysis. You take action at the right time. And most of the actions that you take from the place of wisdom, they are inspired action. Right? Because they are born out of an inspired thought. An inspired thought does not need over-analysis. Yesterday I was talking to people about someone I know who is quite esoteric and very deep. Like, this guy is one of the people that when I sit down with him, I am going home with some new stuff I've learned. So you can imagine, there are a few people like that in my life. But guess what? He is doing nothing with it. Head full of knowledge, life full of nothing. You know why? Because he has not been able to transmute his knowledge to understanding and then to wisdom. Because the reason you are not acting is because you don't understand what you know. I like to start my sessions with this because at the end of the day, whatever you learn from here today, if you don't understand it, you cannot apply it. So there are people who have attended special programs, Sunday evening, conventions, but no result. You know why? You don't understand what you know. You don't understand what you know. Everything, you know, when I say the pyramid, when Ibro did the pyramid, I was like, that's my son, man. I put everything in the pyramid. I started putting everything about my life in the pyramid. When I catch an idea, I draw a pyramid. My relationship life is in the pyramid. There are people who are outside the pyramid. Right? And I'm redundant about that pyramid. There are people who are at the base of the pyramid. There are people who are in the middle of the pyramid. There are people who are at the apex. There are people right now, right, that if they call me at 2 a.m., I need help. I will tell my driver, we are going to that place because they are here. And listen, it's not necessarily about money. I want you to know that. The point I'm trying to make here is everything must be in the pyramid. So the universal system of learning is Trinitarian in nature and is also a pyramid. It's a pyramid. When you go to Egypt, one of the things that a lot of people don't know, they think that the only place where you have pyramids is in Egypt. No, there are pyramids in most of the ancient civilizations, right? And it's been said that the pyramids were not built by normal human beings, they were built by extraterrestrials, right? Because even engineers in the 21st century with all the technology, they can't even explain how these pyramids were built. Because there's a lot about the pyramid. Now, please understand this. One of the reasons why I believe so much in the pyramid, you are a business person. Listen, you must learn symbolism. You see all those symbols you call demonic, you must now learn how to start relating with symbols. Now, this is a scientific research. You can go check it out. One of the things I like about what I do is, I'm not trying to impose anything. Go and do your own research and figure out if I'm lying or not. It's different from religion, religious dogma, right? Where you must just accept and believe. You can't question anything. You can't use your head. You can't use your brain. Just accept it. Now, there's a scientific research that states that the universe has 5 points. What does that mean? See this. It has 5 points. Right? So you see this? So you see the reason why most buildings are built like this. So you see the pyramid at the apex of that. And as a human being, you also have 5 points. Your head, your 2 hands, right? It comes like this, and your legs. Everything is in the pyramid, right? The day sometimes I feel like, did I rush into starting? Then I'll be like, that's why you are here now. Because I go to a lot of places and when I see speakers, they want to use the first 10, 15 minutes to, I don't know how to calm down. I just go straight to it. I hope you're okay with that. Yeah, so the day you decide to start putting everything in the pyramid, you start experiencing quantum leap in your life. That you want to plan the next level of your life and then you draw a pyramid. Esoteric knowledge. One of the integral part of esoteric knowledge is symbols, symbolism. Organized religion has told many of us. The moment you see symbols, I remember a time I was, I had this friend who was dating somebody who is Kong, this sister. And she was also on my WhatsApp. And I posted the Star of David. Many of you know the Star of David, right? Okay, there's nothing Christian about it, right? see this, right? And then I posted it on my WhatsApp story because I understand what it means, yeah? It's not even related to this current so-called state of Israel. You know, I don't like to get involved in politics, you know, but then if you are supporting Israel, I don't even know what to call you, honestly. This current Israel. Those are usurpers, right? Historically. But let's not go there. So I posted it, and this lady told this my friend that I am beginning to suspect that Femi is occultic. And she attends a particular church where the GO of that church has this symbol in his camp. 6'9". Does she know that there is a particular design? The main church is built with the two horns. Does she know? And I said, I don't think she knows. I said, okay, forget about it. I'm occultic then, if that is what occultic means. As a business person, you cannot succeed without symbolism. The art and science of symbolism. You can't. It's simple as ABC. The people ruling this world, one of the things they are using is symbols. It's symbols. Because, listen, everything you see is an energy field. It vibrates a frequency. Right? Everybody here now, you're an energy field, you're an energy field, you're an energy field. This is an energy field, and it's all vibrating different frequencies, right? And those frequencies can be measured. So, the moment I told myself in 2020 that I am now going to take everything that I know, that has helped me for years, but the moment it helps me, I deviate a bit, then I use it again to bring myself back. I'm now going to build a pyramid and stick to that pyramid. And from that 2020 till now, I'm going to be honest with you, there is nothing like falling and rising in my life. Because everything must be in the pyramid. Everything must be in the pyramid. Business is in the pyramid. Relationship is in the pyramid. So when I'm discussing with you, I know where you belong in my pyramid. So I'm not relating with you from an emotional perspective. It's from an energy transactional perspective. Who is this? Where is this person in my pyramid? Then I relate with you based on where you are on my pyramid. And this is the same thing when it comes to the Trinitarian universal system of learning. It is a pyramid. Knowledge followed by understanding. So at the left and yes, I was looking at how's it going, Colette? It's good to see you. So you have the left and the right base of the pyramid, knowledge and understanding, and then it goes to the apex, which is wisdom, which is the action word. We're going to get there tonight. I want to explain. You know, I heard a song on Friday, and I saw a video by a pastor criticizing the guy. And I talked about it on social media yesterday. So I said, these two people are actually right. Both of them are not wrong. We're going to get there. One of the sessions tonight is divided into different sessions. And I'm going to explain that to you. Now, we are here not just to gather information, guys. The people who know me, they understand that if you are not producing results, I start getting a bit agitated. I'm a bit, because manifesting results is not rocket science, honestly. It's not rocket science. It is not rocket science to manifest the life that you want. And the people in my core circle, they are doing this easily, effortlessly. Like, you know, I was telling Ima, I don't like to call him my driver, I just call him, I was telling him, I said, you are not going to be a driver here. He has this gift of communication. Like, he can communicate an idea. There was a day I asked him, why is it that it looks like the northern part of Nigeria did not have any culture until religion came? And this guy drove me from Apo to ShopRite, explaining to me. And I said, no, let's go to ShopRite and sit down. 3 hours he was explaining to me, and I was like, this is a communicator. And I said, no, there is something in you. So you are not just here to come and gather information, because that's what a lot of people do. There is one deep guy somewhere now. When he speaks, wow. Okay, so now the focus is to use the information that you get from here, transmute it to understanding, and then it becomes an action word, which is wisdom. You must understand what you know for you to produce results. If you don't understand what you know, you're going to be a head full of knowledge and a life full of nothing. Let me tell you the most frustrated people in this life. The most frustrated people are not people who don't know. I hope you know. They are people who don't understand what they know. So they are imploding. How can I have so much in me? But you are not ready to understand your knowledge. Because wisdom is the correct application of the knowledge that you understand. Without understanding, nothing is going to happen. So I like to sit on an insight. When I gain a revelation, I sit on it. I sit on it. My goal is to understand, because I know that until I understand, I cannot manifest, especially as a business person. You know, people who are close to me, they know the way I do. A lot of Abuja, people in Abuja, real estate, they say that I'm proud. And I know why they are saying I'm proud, because for me to stand up and enter my car and say I'm going for a business, real estate business deal, I know that this is a deal to be closed. If not, I'm not leaving. I am staying. I'm not going anywhere, because I know there are many people who are just full of activities. They are not living by inspired action. It's just activities. Come to Amitama now. You can't call me, let's go. No, you have to book an appointment. And then I have to be inspired. Then I do it. Now, this is not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's consistent practice. They say repetition is the mother of skills, right? Consistent practice. Because I didn't get here today, right? It took a while, because guess what? One of the things that people do, platforms. The dominant energy that proceeds from most platforms in Nigeria is condescending energy. I hope you know that. You know what that means? A man stands here right now and he starts telling you things like this. And the only thing you do is, when am I going to become like this man? Because he tells you stuff that he does, right? That you are meant to do. But the truth of the matter is based on the universal Trinitarian system of learning and manifestation, the things you are going to do to transform your life are actually tailor-made based on your human design. Please, this is very important. The actions you are meant to take to transform your life, they are tailor-made to your human design. The best you can get from what I'm saying right now is the ignition of that process. I am here to ignite in you the process of going deep within yourself to the point where you now begin to connect with your infinite intelligence. Then the actions that are tailor-made to your human design that you need to take to produce results, then you now start getting to that point. So if I come and tell you, I wake up every 3 a.m. to pray, and that's why my life is like this. You can wake up 3 a.m. to pray for 1 year. Nothing is going to happen. Because that's not what you are meant. That is not based on your design, right? So I am here this afternoon to lead you to yourself, not to lead you to me or to lead you to anything outside you. The goal is to lead you to yourself. And that's the hard work for a lot of people. They are looking for someone that will lead them to something outside them. I am leading you to yourself, because every insight, inspiration, idea that you need to transform your life is in you. This is what they don't want you to know. It's inside you. The next plan, the next revelation you need to turn your business around is inside you. It's not 5 steps by someone else. So what I am doing for you is to help you to ignite that process. Catch that fire and begin that process. You know, I was having a conversation with someone, and quite high profile, and we had one session, we had second session, and she said, how come every session you just leave me to talk? I said, because it is in your talking we're going to know where your problem is. Because you have refused to talk to yourself. So now I'm giving you that opportunity to just talk. And during all those conversations, she said, you know, even she was shocked that she mentioned something. I said, hold it there. Repeat that thing you just said. And she said it because, listen, for a lot of us, we are not having a great business life, great relationship life, because we are too into external systems, external dimensions, external processes. Oh, what's happening outside me? What are they doing in that place that you forget? Hebrew talked about it, right? Many people. There was something you said about somebody talking about someone outside them, to the point where you forget that the real deal is to focus on yourself. I'm going to say some things that are going to be like assaults to your theology, your concept of God and the universe. Now, can someone here, I'm very sure that there are people that can define numerology to us. So someone here, please define what is numerology, briefly. Let's keep the person going. What is numerology? Go ahead, please.
Which giving you that numbers have their energy.
Awesome. Round of applause for that. So that's an example of consciousness. Right? He has gained consciousness. So now she knows that numbers are not just numbers, right? 1 is not just 1. 2 is not just 2. 6 is not just 6. 8 is not just 8. 9 is just 9. 9 plus 9, 18. Oh, yeah. 18 plus 18. 7 is not just 7. 5 is not just 5. It is the mystical exploration of the profound meanings encoded within numbers. There are meanings encoded. So now numbers are symbols, right? So guess what? One of the things you can do, your 5 most important numbers, do artworks surround yourself with them. Because they are not just symbols, they are vibrating in frequency. There is a medical advancement called the quantum energy healing telomere machine. And one of the things that it does, it is the upgraded version of what our ancestors used to do. So they take a picture of a person, the physique that is somewhere else, and they put it under that machine for 1 hour. And the frequency starts impacting the person wherever they are. And this is science, right? How many of you know about that machine? So, yeah, because if they also want to finish a person, they also take your picture. So you see how they upgraded that technology. It is the profound meanings encoded within numbers, because every number has a story. There's a story behind every number that you see. There's a story behind number 6, the number of the mother God. When you look at number 6, I'm sure before now you just see it as, it means nothing other than 6. But now, open your mind and look at this number. What does it look like? It looks like a woman that is pregnant. And this is why, let me tell you, really want, because 6 is also the number of fortune. You know, a lot of numerologists, one of the things that I was attacked, that people attacked me of when I came, to social media, because I've always had this knowledge, but I've always restricted it within the circle of some of my clients that I do business with, and I tell them some things, and they do it, and it works for them. Until it broke in. I said, do you know that this thing will not just impact, but you can also make money? I said, social media people don't have money to make. And they said, no, there are people who are making millions. Social media, make millions. Where actually millions. So you can start saying, but you know Nigeria is a very religious society. Let me just keep this thing within the confines of people that are within my circle. They said, no, let us put numerology on social media. And that's how we started talking about numerology. Right? And since I started, one of the things that a lot of the people who also do this and they've attacked me on it, you say too much. You give people too much. Because one of the things that guides this profession is gatekeeping. You are meant to gatekeep something, right? There are many things you're not meant to say to people. It's meant to be exclusive. There are a lot of things that are actually exclusive. I don't say in public. There are people who are very close to me that there are things I will never say in public, but I say to them, right? But there are a lot of things that you can still say to help people. Because in most cases, none of us actually paid for this. To access this knowledge is the benevolence of the infinite intelligence of God that helped us get to the point where we are. And they focus too much on the number 8 as a number of material wealth. Right? That's why this year people thought that money would just start falling on them. Because they were watching GF3's video and they said this year. Okay, so now as a business person, start putting your price in the 6 figure. Have I said this anywhere before? I don't know what I'm saying, because all my prices, if you notice, they are 6. Start putting your price in the 6 figure. 4,200, 15,000 naira, 1.5 billion, 450 million, 60 million. Those are the ones that work better. 60 million, 600 million, 6 billion, 60,000, 600,000. Because you know why this is? Because this is the number of the mother god. Right? Is the number of the what? The mother god. That's what it is. Disclaimer, I'm not a feminist. But there are some things I understand about the feminine energy, right? That if I say it to a layman who is ignorant, to an alpha male wannabe, to an Andrew Tate low life, or all these Andrew Tate children, if I say those things about the feminine energy, they say, all this is a simp. This guy is simping. But guess what they don't know, right? Especially in 2024, it is a very feminine year. I hope you know that. 2024 is a very feminine year. So go and check them out on Twitter. They tweet, but they are struggling. They attack the feminine energy, but they are struggling. Because they don't, and it's not their fault, they don't understand. They have not been trained and taught these things. Because they've been told that these things are demonic and evil. It's occultic knowledge. And what is occultic knowledge? Hidden knowledge. As simple as ABC. Hidden knowledge. And that's what numbers represent. Why do you think a person with life path 5 can, as you have withstood all manner of problems in this life and you survived? Because anything can land on your head. Anything can land on your head. See, there is an anchor holding your helipad. Helicopter can land on you. You can be in a marriage that they slapped you, beat you, almost killed you, and you survived. And you wonder, how did I survive these things? Because your energy is the energy of, there's an anchor that holds you, and anything can land on your head. And this is one of the reasons why you are too adventurous. Your adventure is not regulated because you think you can handle anything. So numbers have their own stories. And this is why, listen, because when it comes to business, right? When it comes to business, it is important for you to first know yourself, because people must first buy into you before they buy your business. If they are not buying your product, it's because they are not buying into you. So you must first know yourself. So a lot of people here, you probably need to get my book, so you can understand the basics and the foundational perspective to these things. Your 5 most important numbers are your day of birth number. We've said that on Thursday. Your life path number, your destiny expression number, your soul urge number, your personality number. There are people here right now, just looking at you, I can easily tell the energy that you vibrate. Based on interaction, I can easily tell this person is giving me the vibe of. But it doesn't mean I am special, right? It's there for you. You can also access it and go and learn it. It is. I'm not going to come and tell you, do you know how every night for 71 days I was fasting and waiting on the Lord? No, I was not fasting and waiting on the Lord. I studied and I accessed it and I know it. And it's a universal platform that is available to you too, if you're open-minded enough, period, to cultivate your own power. That's it. I always tell people, my mission is to help people cultivate their own power. So imagine every one of us, you cultivate your power and you start becoming the authentic version of yourself. Imagine how beautiful this world would be, right? Like you know yourself to the point where you know your numbers, you live by your numbers, and you are guided and you are inspired from within, right? Now, look at companies like Microsoft. Because the people ruling this world, they are ruling the world with esoteric knowledge. I've talked about esoteric knowledge several times. They are ruling the world with hidden, forbidden knowledge, right? Esoteric. So it's okay to begin, because many of us began with this based on parenting. We began from here. But you must rise up to this hidden, forbidden knowledge. You must start exploring those stages and books and facets of life that they told you is demonic. You must damn all consequences, because there are no consequences anywhere, and delve into exploring the infiniteness of God and the multiverse. Because the more of that you do, the more of yourself you know. You have no idea the difference. Miles Monroe said that the richest place is the cemetery. People died without exploring the different dimensions of themselves. There is so much to you to know that you cannot afford to be a puppet of ignorant parenting, a puppet of mainstream media, a puppet of organized religion. You can't afford that. It's too risky. I've got a lot of religious scholars and pastors and imams as friends, and we're very close. And they tread carefully with me because they know that I have studied as far as you have studied. So bring it on. Right? And I am not against religion. No. I am against ignorance. I'm against anything that will hold an individual down to the point where they are being controlled and ruled by external entities. When I know that eternity is in the heart of a human being, when I know that there is so much investment in you that if you can tap into it, you will start. It's unimaginable, the realms that you're going to get to when you finally discover who you truly are. That you don't have to subject yourself to any nonsense for you to get your desired result and manifestation. But you must know your numbers. How many people here know there are 5 most important numbers? Awesome. It's like a lot of people here are new. Are you serious? Oh boy. This is serious. Because can I tell you the truth? Before you know business numerology, you must know personal numerology. Because people buy into you first. That's called branding, right? So there are many people here right now. You are sitting here. What you are expressing is your imposter self, which means the second class version of who you truly are. Right? Now, you cannot succeed in the marketplace on that version of yourself. But there is that authentic version of you also there, latent, is just there, waiting for you to activate it. It is when you activate it that your business begins to work. So it is not your business that is wrong now. It is you. Something is not right with you. It must be right with you first before it can be right with your business. Now, I'll do what I can do. Your day of birth number is the day you were born, right? The day you were born. Numbers are the language of the universe. Please. Numbers are the foundation of everything. The reason why this church is this balanced is because there was a measurement of numbers. It's made up of numbers. If it was not made up of accurate numbers, it can never be this balanced. You are a product of numbers, and that's why the cells in your body can be measured and counted. Your blood, low blood, whatever, because it can be measured. Everything in your body is numbered. Even in the book of Psalm, it says, "You have numbered my tears." So even the tears that comes out, it can be measured. The strands of your hair, it can be measured because everything is identifiable by numbers. You don't go to a house. "Oh, come to my house." Where is your house? It is a blue house. My house is 36 something something something. There is a number. You go to the airport, you are traveling, you give them your passport. There is a serial number. Numbers are with you. Every day you are working with numbers. When they want to give somebody an endorsement, they look at the numbers. When you finish a business meeting, the other person says, "We'll discuss the numbers later." Numbers rule everything. So if you see numbers only from the perspective of 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, then you are at the exoteric level, not at the esoteric level. So your day of birth number is the day you were born. There are a lot of things with that. It means a lot. There's a lot to share today, so I will not, but I'll make sure that on social media, I do another, free masterclass about all this. Then you have your life path number. So you see, your day of birth number. How do you calculate this? It is the day you were born. Simple as ABC. The day you were born. And it carries a lot of meanings. It carries a lot of meanings. From your identity, who are you at the potential level, to your soul contracts. Yeah, because you came here with a soul contract. Yeah. Some people don't believe in the concept of reincarnation. I do with all my heart. Right? Because you keep everything recycles after its kind. Basic scientific explanation. But when you have a dogmatic, limited mindset, everything is if. So reincarnation is just a process of everything recycling until you reach the level of enlightenment. You will keep coming back. And the karma you build up for yourself in one life determines the condition of your birth in the next life. So many people, you were born into that shege family because there were some things that you... So you have some people, it's almost like this their lifetime. How is it easy for them? Because there is no more lesson to learn, right? This is the last. They are going to the level of enlightenment. Right? That's why you see all these sages, all these teachers. Right? And the goal of everyone should be to reach that level of enlightenment. In the 18 days manifestation marathon, I spoke at length on the different types of karma. Some people will tell you grace covers you. Please, it does not. Be careful the things you do in this life. Yes, you either gather good karma for yourself or bad karma for yourself. Forget about those stories. But guess what? There is a way to pay your karmic debts. All of these things, we can't talk about them tonight because we have to focus on, what we are doing tonight. Numbers are energy fields and they vibrate unique frequencies. Every number vibrates its unique frequency, right? Every number vibrates its unique frequencies. Now let's go to something very important. Your life path. It is your life purpose. Why are you here? These are the two questions that people are battling with. Who am I? So you see a person, they want to start a business, right? They don't know who they are, their identity. This is your identity. They don't know their purpose in life. Then they start a business. And then the business flops. You can't succeed when you don't know your identity and your purpose, your life path number. And these are your ruling numbers because these are your sun signs, right? The movement of the sun when you were born. We are entering a season that is very significant universally. In December, when people were crying that Jesus really told them that they are going to make money, I said, calm down. You need to prepare for 2024. It is a year of harvest, but where is your seed? It is not a year that you can't scam 2024. If it's 2024, if it's a sixth year, for instance, the year of the mother, you can escape some things, right? You can escape some things because the mother is always too benevolent. Make her just pity her. But 2024, if you don't sow, you won't reap nothing. Suffered, shege, banza. But you have 5 months now. And when it comes to sowing, you can sow for 30 days. You can sow for 2 weeks. You can decide to be consistent with rituals and routines. And then systematically, step by step, yard by yard, you start seeing your desired result manifest in your life. Because we are entering your ruling sign, right? Because the sun is entering the house of Leo from July 26th to August 12th, right? And that's very critical. That's very significant. And so in March, again, I told them, I said, if you did not get it from January to February, you can tap into this March because there is an eclipse taking place. Because the real new year, based on the Babylonian, trajectory, is March. So tap into that energy. The people who keyed into it, they saw, wow. Now I'm saying it to you again that you can actually key into the remaining goodies in this year if from now till August 12th, you are intentional about your spiritual life. And I don't mean spiritual life from the perspective of dogmas and doctrines. I mean to ensure that you open your mind to insights and revelations that are capable of transforming your life. Not revelations and insights that just sensationalize you, they tantalize you. Wow, that guy is so deep. But with the efficacy to transform your life. And you need that now. So this is the time to start working with your ruling numbers. If you are a master, if you are a number 8, for instance, this is the time to start doing a lot of things in the figure of 8. If you are a master number 11, it's now to start doing things in the figure of 11. If you are a, life path 5, start doing things in the figure of 5. Give people money in the figure. Some of you wonder why some people do things a certain way. But because there is no consciousness, you don't know why they are doing it. But you notice this person is consistent when it comes to this particular thing. There's a way they are doing it because they know what they are doing. You are the one who think that you don't have to do anything like that because you think everything has been done for you. Now, where is the result of everything that has been done? But light has come now. Enlightenment has come. Consciousness has come. And then it goes to your destiny expression number. You know why this number is very important to me? And as a business person, because your destiny number is your expression number. The biggest problem people have is the expression. It's not life path, it's not day of birth. Because you can't change these two. You chose them before you came here, based on reincarnation. But nobody chose this for you. Your parents did not choose the time you were born. They didn't choose the day and the month and the date. But they chose your name, right? Do you know what that means? You can also change their name. Because that's your, how do I maximize my identity and purpose? How do I become who I am? So it means, how do I juxtapose these two? That's your destiny number. How? This is who am I? This is why am I here? This is how do I become who I am meant to be? And it takes you to your soul urge number. Your soul urge number. I'm quickly doing this because of the people who said they have never. Your soul urge number is your soul desire, which is connected to this, right? It's connected to your life path. What's your heart's desire? You notice that there is something you just desire. There are some things you are sentimental about. Other people may be chasing something. You know, I remember, I think it was in the Bush regime, they had one of their meetings with the president, and somebody was talking about, you know, how we need to upgrade our military apparatus and all that. And another person was there, and he didn't say anything. They were asking him, why didn't you talk? He said, this is not where my heart is. I only care about children. So I don't care about upgrading military apparatus. I only care about children. So there are some things that you care about more than other people. That's your soul urge number. You know why this is very powerful? This deals with your breath of life. It is your breath of life. Because the breath that you breathe is not just air. I hope you know that. It's called the ruach of life in Hebrew, the ruhu in Arabic. It's called emi. This is calculated with the vowels in your name. This is calculated with your name, all the names on your birth certificate. And this is the day and the month and the year you were born, right? And this is the vowels, because in almost every ancient cultural systems, the name of God is pronounced in the vowel sound. Yahweh, Allah, Brahma, you know, the vowel sound, because it reflects the breath of life that you carry. And then the last one is your personality number. This is directly linked to your destiny expression, because this is, you must wear this mask. Carl Jung said that if you don't make the unconscious conscious, it will determine your fate and you will call it, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. Because your behavioral patterns, the personality that you are giving off to people, the frequency of your personality, bro, it was energy. I've told you how I met him several times. I sat down and told myself, okay, it is time for me to take over social media. I will not just have all these things and then I'm talking to a few people. No, I want to take over social media. And I said, but because of my number is a number of cooperation, master number 11. I don't do things alone. I always build a team. Based on my number, I am meant to build a team for everything. Because guess what? At that point, I knew that I needed to meet him. Energy, vibration, frequency. Energy, vibration, frequency. Quantum healing energy telomer machine, where they put somebody's picture who is not there and their frequency impacts them wherever they are. So I was already feeling his frequency. That distance. They say there are no boundaries in the spirit, right? That's what it means. That's what, people, they make spiritual things look religious. So it becomes very complex. And then I said, come, and then he came. And I went downstairs and I saw him. When he was coming, I said, he is the one. In my mind, I said, he is the one. I said, okay, he is the one. He is the one for what? Because I didn't know he is the one. I said, he is the one. You need to bring him close. I said, bring him close for what? He gave me the microphone. I'm telling you this because, see, there are people that you need to partner with in business. And this is the way you are meant to meet them. So they don't, send you to your early grave. And then when he left, I didn't need, do I use that light till date? There's one light I bought from him. I don't use it. And I said, I need to bring him back to see him again. And I called him and said, I need something. What do you have? He said he has one light. I said, bring it. Unknown to him, I wanted to see him again. And he brought that light to me. And I took the light and I said, do you want to go upstairs? And he said, yes. And he came upstairs and we sat down and I took a picture of us, right? And I said, I would like to invite you to Brothers 15 Brothers Foundation so you can join us. He sold microphone. On a normal day, you should not expect that somebody that sold gadget to you will now be someone who is powering what I'm doing now. So do you see? So you judge the book by the cover because you think you are spiritual, but you are not. You are not. And then he said, yes, I will join. And we made an announcement in the group. We need somebody to handle social media. And he said, I will do it. At that point, I became an observer. I was just watching him like, I'm just going to be an observer. No emotions attached. No sentiment. I will just watch. And he said, I will do it. And he did a fantastic job in about 2-3 months. Less than 1 month, not 2-3 months. And one day he called me and said, I noticed that you are trying to do something. I said, what? And he said, what that guy is doing for you, I just didn't want to tell you, but he's not really doing it very well. I can do it. In my mind, I was like, you can do it? No. And then that was where I heard, remember the first day you meet him. He is the one. And I brought him and said, yes, come and do it. Without any trial, I just said, let's do it. And we started doing it. What we have built in less than 1 year on social media. What we have done on social media. Right? Currently, I have 2 key people in the Middle East and in Africa who want to run for political positions, who are my clients, and they came through social media. Right? And this is why I listen to him a lot. So you are here, you want to do business, and you don't want to connect with this inner technology that is in you that will tell you what to do per time, that will inspire you to take action and know who to partner with. It means you are not ready. It means you are not ready. When I saw his person, because so it's not just about me. When I saw his personality, he didn't know anything about numerology then. Because when I saw him, I said, this guy is a 7. And when it comes to me partnering with people for a lot of getting results, I'm intentional about 7s. Right? My brother is a 7. He has his role that he plays. So when it comes to 7 and 9s, I do magic with those people. When I bring a 7 or a 9 into my circle, I do magic with them. Do you know that about yourself? Now you have begun that journey. I'm sure a lot of people, everybody here tonight, you are going to become members of the Manifest Growth community, right? So we're going to drop a number where, because I do a lot of lectures in the WhatsApp group of Manifest Growth community that we don't do on social media. Because you are not here today to just get this brief and just go away and think, no. There is consistency. Consistency must follow these things. And it begins from here. Your 5 most important numbers. Now, when you look at companies like Apple, you look at companies like Apple, Microsoft, and all that. These are people who have been able to sustain their success in their industries with esoteric knowledge. You remember how Microsoft moved from Windows 8 to Windows 10? Do you know what that means? You think they just moved? They skipped 9. iPhone was very silent about their 9 series. They moved from 8 to X. Do you think they just did it? Starbucks logo. Look at the Greek mythology siren. Look at that logo. When you see Starbucks logo, it seduces you. Do you think they just did it? You think that logo is yours. Oh, I want to do business. Draw something for me, please. Send it. Yes, this is the logo. Let's do business. It's more than that. Money is energy. One of the ways that you are going to become a person to be reckoned with in life is through your business, the works of your hand. So the first attack against you here is the attack against your personal economy. And except you rob a bank or you do prostitution, you must work to get money. So they attack your expression and your personality. Because see, from here down to here, it deals with how you relate with people. Nobody knows anything about here and here. This is very important. But when it comes to the macrocosmic universe, they say the universe is in you, right? Yes. What that means is you are a microcosmic universe in the macrocosmic universe. Because the universe, this is the universe, the quantum field, but the universe is also in you. So this is your microcosmic universe. But everything here is your microcosmic universe. But how you relate with the world is from here. Your name numerology, because your name is your means of expression. That's how you express yourself. There are a lot of us right now, if there is something you are going to do to your children, is to start teaching them this knowledge. Damn all these threats, all this is evil, this is demonic. If you want to do something great and leave a legacy for your children, start teaching them this knowledge so they don't make the same mistakes that you made. Because there are many of us that if we had access to this when we were 10 years old, we probably will be the ones trying to build something in mass now. And guess what? This knowledge is African based. Many of the things that you see and you read, they hijacked them from us. We are the cradle of civilization, right? But they stole those things from us, they upgraded them, and then they told us that it is demonic. But they didn't throw them away. Guess what? And this is why you see people running around and saying, don't talk about any ancestors here. Because now you have people who believe their ancestors are demonic. Yes, they don't know that for them to cure the confusion and the evil in their life, they need to start celebrating their ancestors. Because your history did not begin with your ancestors jumping from one tree to another like monkeys. No. Your ancestors were great people. They were royalties. My own ancestors were warriors and healers. You must now go and do an ancestral investigation. Sometimes I'm even very proud of it, when I see Ijebu people. Because in my state, Ijebu people are almost like majority. But I look at them like, look at these people. My ancestors, because based on my oriki, it says, Egun Odejeburi, Omo Akinode lo gbegun wole iremo. You know what that means? It means masquerades never existed in that part of Ogun State, but it was my ancestors that took masquerade. That's all these things people are doing with Oju de Oba and all these things. My ancestors brought it to you. That information alone can trigger something in you because your ancestors are in you based on your DNA, your genealogy. So if you like, say your ancestors are demonic, they are inside you. They are inside. So you can demonize them, criticize them, and that's why you can start having running stomach, fever, malaria. Start throwing up because now you are demonizing something that is inside you based on your DNA. Right. There are many, we've done ancestral investigation for people who later by themselves, they discovered that they thought that their family has always been poor and wretched until they did investigation and figured that there was a time that their grandparents, great-grandparents were key entrepreneurs in their village and their community. And you know, that sparked something in that lady like, no, my great-grandparents were powerful, wealthy, and influential. No, I can't be like this. Now, you know what happened to them? That information triggered what is already inside them. Now, let me explain this. If There are doors that are these biometric doors and all that. Yeah. The reason why it works when you get there is because you carry a component that is compatible with that system. Right? I can't just go to a place now because it's biometric. I just put my fingerprint. But it does not recognize my fingerprints. But if they have programmed my fingerprint, it recognizes it. Do you know why you must figure out what is going on inside you so you can connect with what is outside you? Is because until you now put your fingerprint on that door, nothing will trigger what is inside you. So everything you hear about your ancestors, every information that you gather, they are meant to activate something in you. If it is not activating anything in you, it's not, forget about it. You don't need it. If you really need it, it is going to activate something inside you. And the moment it does, you follow it up. You strike the rod when it is hot. That's what you do. Now, 3 things are very important here. Energy, vibration, and frequency. When you are energetically aligned, when there is consciousness, you are going to be energetically aligned. Right? People are not energetically aligned because there is no consciousness. They are not conscious. They are just aware. This bottle is aware. Yeah. This is why it answers to this. Now, this bottle will not refuse to follow my leading. I hold it, it follows me because it is aware. Because nothing is dead in this quantum field. Everything is alive. Right? That's why it followed me. Even a corpse, a dead person, is vibrating a frequency because everything is alive. When I got home, when they wanted to bury my father, I said, close the door, I want to spend time with him. And I stayed in the room with him. I closed the door with his corpse for 1 hour, and I was there with him. Because that corpse is not dead. In this realm, he may not have life, but his frequency is still vibrating a frequency. And I started sending him on errand. On errand. And I started telling him, there are many things that you refuse to do. And I know where you are now. You're already seeing your fuck ups. Yeah, because that's what happens to death. When you listen to people who had near-death experience, they tell you, your life flashes back. Now, you need to now find a way to remedy those things. Now, bring support. Areas that you need to support. How many people have done this kind of thing before? Yeah. You need to support me now. If there are things that you wanted to do you could not finish, I will do it for you. But you should bribe me because there are many things you did not do that you were meant to do. So start now. Begin to do them now. You know why I was able to do that? Because I understand that a corpse is still a living thing. A corpse, because everything that exists in this quantum field carries a frequency. But guess what? You must first have consciousness. Consciousness is the ability to perceive, first and foremost. Perceive. To recognize, and then to interpret patterns and meanings of events taking place within you and the world. You can perceive, you can recognize, you can interpret patterns. A lot of people right now, there are patterns in your business that have turned a business that was blooming to nothing, but you did not recognize them. And until you can perceive and recognize them, you can't interpret them as anything. To you is a norm. You know, since this Tinubu era started, everybody's business is just going down. Your business is going down, not everybody's business. It is yours, not everybody. The moment consciousness kicks in, what happens is energetic alignment, right? You are energetically aligned with your numbers. Now, that fingerprint, you have access. Because, listen, your fingerprint can recognize your numbers. So the door of your destiny can recognize your nature. So the moment you press your finger, you have access. But there must be consciousness. If there is no consciousness, you're going to have challenging expressions or imposter syndrome. I told you the story of a 10-year-old girl. I met her mother this week, and she told me about her daughter who is 10 years old, and she drew an artwork. And her father asked her, what is the story behind this? And she said, these are a lot of people with talents, but they don't know what to do with the talents. I was like, come on, man. That's why they are imploding. When you have too much in you, right? And then you can't express it, you start getting angry unnecessarily. That's why he's not saying, I'm depressed. Because there is no expression. Life must flow, whether it is through you or through someone else. Because life flows the way water cuts through the rocks. You know, water must cut through anything. If there is a leakage here right now, give it 6 months. Everywhere will be wet. So if life cannot find expression through you, it looks for another means. That's it. So it does not subject to your lack of expression. And that's why you are thinking everybody's life is down, everybody is dead, nothing is working for everybody. No, it's finding expression in other people because they are conscious. And can I tell you what? There are many people who don't even know this. Unconsciously, they are operating by this. They don't even know. Because they express their energy better. They know how to, they understand their own personality. They don't run analysis paralysis. There is almost like their life, there is a magical system working for them. Consciousness is very important because it leads to energetic alignment. Soul urge number. Soul urge number. Now, I don't want us to go to these other things so it doesn't take too much of our time. Now, let's go to something very important. There is a difference between a company name. We said that this is a 369 manifestation and business numerology masterclass, right? There is a difference between a business name and a brand. You know that, right? There's a difference between those two. Now, there are a lot of companies that their business name and their brand name are the same. An example is you have Nigerian Bottling Company. That's the company name. When they want to file their tax, they file it with Nigerian Bottling Company. But they have brands under it: Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, Nestle. So there is a difference between a business name and a brand name. This is very important. As an entrepreneur, you are meant to have a business name, standard. Because your business name is directly linked to your life path number. Right? So this is, I've said this before. We had a business numerology masterclass in March. And the video is going to be out in August. One of the things I told them was, set up a business in your name. It's okay to have different businesses. I have like 5 registered companies, right? But you should have a particular company that is registered in your name. Because that is your life path. Femi Jubal Enterprises. Right? You should have a business name that is in your name. And then you can build brands under that, because your business name, your life path, your brand name, your destiny expression. So you are expressing your life path. Now I'm giving you tools. These are going to be things that will become the tools that you start using to chaperone and navigate your life and your business. So all the brands are your expression because your brand is your trading platform. You trade with your brand. That's why you trademark your brand. Right? So that's you are trading, you are expressing. You are expressing yourself. Right. Now, 18 days manifestation marathon is a brand. Right. Business Numerology Masterclass is a brand. Right. These are actually brands. There are other brands we are launching. So this, every day, you hardly even see Femi Jubal Enterprises, right? But you see all those things because that's what you are expressing your life path with. And this is very important. And this is why your business name numerology is very important. Now, if you are a life path 1, how do you calculate your life path? Can someone tell us that? Help us, please. Thank you. Thank you. Your day of birth, your month of birth, and your year of birth. So now listen to this. If your life path is 1, for instance, if your life path is 1, what that means is, as a person, you are a trailblazer. That's what it means. You are a trailblazer. So what are the things a trailblazer can do? Now, there is the part where you become the source, and everything outside you become tools that you use, right? So it is not restricted to so there are many of you right now that you are a life path 1, and you are not a consulting firm, you are not a startup, you are not a solo venture. You are probably working in an organization as an employee. But you can still bring that trailblazer energy into that organization. Yeah. So it does not necessarily mean that as a 1, but the primary thing for a 1 is to have a solo business. But if you are in a place right now that is satisfying you, that trailblazer energy, understand that you are meant to be a trailblazer in that organization. You are meant to be a trailblazer because you have that leadership, innovative, independence energy. That's what you have. So people like this are meant to be in startups. Like you're meant to start your own business. Right? Because 1 is an independent thinker. You hardly want to submit to anybody. Right? So you find consulting firms, you find solo ventures. You find people trying to innovate a new idea in this. Because you are the boss. You feel like, I'm the boss, why should I be working on that? So there are people who you are not satisfied with your life. I just feel like I'm not meant to be here. Maybe that is directly linked to your number because you are the boss. If you're a life path 2, you are the harmony hunter. You love harmony. And if you are also a life path 11, you are also here. If you are a life master number 11, you are also in this 2 category. Because a master number 11 can also double as a 2. Because 1 plus 1 is 2. Because you want to collaborate. You want to partner. It is you that when you go into real estate, joint venture will favor you. If you go into a joint venture in real estate project, it will favor you. Whenever you partner with the right people, it favors you. Because you are sensitive to them, and then they become sensitive to you. Partnerships, wellness centers. Because you are sensitive to the needs of people, right? You seek balance. You want your space to be a haven of harmony for people. So wherever you find yourself, you want to bring that energy into that place. Right? If you are a 3, life path 3, you are a creative dynamo. But you can also be a talkative, but let's leave that one. You are a creative expression. Let me tell you, if you check very well, most of the people who have what do they call this thing? Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. A lot of them are threes who don't know how to express their energy. They don't know how to express. Now, a three, one of my proteges now, is getting better every day. Too much energy. But that energy is meant to be conserved. Ideas popping in every minute. And then you are on one idea, another idea comes. You start chasing that other idea. But this one is here. You are not finished too. While you are chasing that one, another idea comes. So a three is meant to master the concentration of energy. Anthony Robbins calls it conservation of your power. I have a three in my number, so I know what I'm telling you. Can do a lot of things. You can speak, you can play instruments, you can do business, you can do. So I will prove to the world that I can do anything. And then you end up not finishing anything. Because listen, guys, you have only one key. You need only one key to open your gate of power and influence. Only one key. Only one key. Because there is no door that needs two keys to open or three keys. Only one key. Even if there are spare keys. You don't use all the keys at once, right? You use only one. A lot of people, especially you three, you are, even 9 too, they have this. Master number 11, they also have this. Virtually all the master numbers, they try to do all this. You want to use 3 keys to open one door. And that's why the door is not opening. Because the space, the hole in that place is only for one key. It is when you open that one door, the gates, because this is a gate. When you open that gate, and then that gate leads you to the doors. You see what Kanye West did? He's now selling shoes and making clothes. But he didn't start with, I am a rapper, I am a clothes seller, I am a shoe seller, I am a rapper. He opened his gate of power and influence with rap music. Now, when he opened that gate, then he began to open the door of fashion, the door of sneakers, the door of real estate. Guess what? Yeah, this is very important. But many people, I must open all those. They want to open the gates, bust the gate open. It doesn't work like that. Look at Banky W. Music. Now he was running for Senate. Now he's doing a lot of other things. So you are meant to open the gates of power and influence with one key. There are many people here right now watching. When you get home, forget about a lot of the things that, prioritize. Many things are not meant to be on your, focus on one thing. Focus on one thing. When we started numerology, one of the things that he said, you are in real estate. You have a book on relationship. Do you know that all these things are also in numerology? I was like, yeah. I was like, let's focus on numerology. When we started doing business numerology, relationship numerology, all those other numerology, health numerology, manifestation techniques. So you see how everything is under it, but we have opened the gate with numerology. No beginning and no ending, right? No beginning and no ending. What is this again? Is it this? Yeah. No beginning. So you are either poor or you are broke. That's it. You either have your life together or you are stranded. So if you are bringing that into your business, I avoid it when it comes to business name. You must be ready, because guess what? If you can chest it, it's only a matter of time. When you start commanding your harvest, you're going to be shocked. When you start commanding your harvest, thank you, you are going to be shocked, because, see, the moment 8 goes into autopilot, a lot of people that I started TikTok with, because I left Facebook, it's like these people are not, this guy, Jordan Peterson said, if you are talking to people and they are not listening to you, stop talking to them. Everything I'm saying now, I've been saying it on Facebook 20 years ago. But Facebook was not listening to me. So I said, I'm going to stop talking to these people on Facebook. I shut down my Facebook. I went to TikTok. And I started talking to TikTok. But the people we started together at some point, they've gone doing other things, not what I'm doing. They went far ahead of me. So I was wondering, what is going on? And I said, oh, okay, 8 is playing its game. When I did my chart for this year, I knew that by April there was going to be a boomerang on my social media platform. And then I sat down with you guys, let's have a strategy, because listen, especially when it comes to an 8, just because you got a, let me just call it prophecy, doesn't mean it's going to happen. You must plan for the prophecy. And I said, we're about to enter autopilot. And in 1 month, from 60,000 followers to 120,000 followers, 1 month, 60,000 followers in 1 month, 120,000, without asking anybody follow me. I don't say follow me. So I say we are on autopilot now. And the moment we get there, it's going to keep going up and up. That is the way it is. When you understand the dynamics. But guess what? If I had this understanding 10 years ago, 20 years ago, so if I applied it 20 years ago, I probably would have been better than this. So as an 8, understand that you are a powerhouse. You are hungry for success. You like authority. You want your business to exude power and prosperity. So as an 8, if you don't represent power and authority, people don't take you serious. That who is this one telling me they want to sell property of 500 million and they came here with this kind of phone? People look, there's a way they relate with you because they can literally actually feel your energy. Because as an 8, you're going to talk big. 8, they like talking big. Prove they're talking big now. Let's go to 9, guys. 9. You are the humanitarian. Compassion. You like global impacts. You want to make impact at the global level. Now, this is the reason. Let me show you the figure of 9. Every number has a story, right? This is actually how 9 began. 9 can decide to be 1, right? Independent. Doesn't send anybody. But 9 now decided to carry. That's what 9 did. And then guess what? He didn't carry it on its head. He carried it on his face. And this is why 9s, they will be so concerned about your life that you will be vexed for them. I hope you know that. A 9, for instance, should have an accountability coaching platform. Because when a 9 is into, accountability, they will hold you accountable to the point where you just notice that your life is in order. So a 9 should be a coach. Yeah. A 9 should be into non-profit. Matter of fact, I tell every 9 that comes to me that you should have an NGO, or just some community work. Whatever you are doing you should have a humanitarian face to whatever you are doing. Now, master number 11. No, there's no 10. Okay. In numerology, we only deal with 1 to 9. You guys, try and be attending my live sessions on TikTok. Okay, now that we have new faces, we're going to have new members in the MGM. So we're going to have like another weekend of starting from the beginning. Let me tell you why. People often say, you know why I'm doing what I'm doing? I am doing what I'm doing not just to benefit you, it's also benefiting me. You know why? Based on my pinnacle cycle, we're going to get there. Based on my pinnacle cycle, teaching, impacting people with knowledge, and then writing books. That's what I'm meant to be doing. So when I wake up and I teach you for 4 hours, I know it benefits you, but I know why I am doing it. Because I am going to move into another pinnacle cycle where I'm going to start getting rewarded for what I'm doing now. Those who are in the manifesto community, we already started pinnacle cycle, I think last week, and we are treating that. So everybody here, we're going to give you a phone number. Or how do we do it? How do you join now? How do we send them the link to the community? Yeah, We'll get the QR code, and then you all scan with your phone, and then automatically you become a member. So from next week, I'm going to continue the Pinnacle Cycle series again in the community. Now, master number 11. You are the Barack Obama, the Chris Oyakilome, the Michael Jordan, the Kanye West, right? So this is a number that actually, it can do anything. It brings that, there's a particular energy it brings into everything. But it is also a number that needs to vibrate too. I told you, harmony. Kanye West's major problem is that there is no harmony. He is disturbed, right? So he must have the calmness of a Chris Oyakilome. Chris Oyakilome is a perfect master number 11. No, you see, me, I learn from everybody. I don't dismiss anything. So you see that, and he is speaking and walking and doing it gently. You can feel it, but how is he so gentle about it? Because a master number 11, in whatever you do, there must be calmness attached to it. So you are a company owner, for instance, as a master number 11. You build a business around tranquility. You exude the personality of a stable mind, not a disturbed person. Because when you are, it's going to cost you a lot. You see Barack Obama, because one of the skills of a master number 11 is oratory skill. You can communicate knowledge. You see the way I'm speaking now? I've always spoken like this since I was young. Right? You can communicate an idea to people effortlessly. But I had to master how to now start to be calm about it. Because if you give me 1 hour, everything I'm saying now, I probably will say them in 1 hour. But you won't hear anything. When you numerology 1 to 6, I will make sure I say everything, but you won't get anything from it. So I had to master that calmness. So a master number 11, whether you are in real estate, whether you are in tech, whether you are a coach, you are a consultant, you are in banking, you must now focus on the personality that you exude. It must be with a calm demeanor. You must be calm about it because you can do a lot of things. Master number 22, you are a master builder. Anything a 4 can do, you can do double of that. But it means that there are more responsibilities on your path. So it means that you must be guarded by law and order. So a master number 22, you cannot be in business and be cheating people. You will end up in EFCC. Other people can go do it and go, scot-free with it, but you are going to end up. You can easily be caught, except you are in Nigeria anyways, so. And you know people. Master number 33. So master number 22, you're also in construction, you are in architecture, you are in insurance, you are in accounting. Then master number 33, master teacher. This is the number of the Christ consciousness. All the prophets, virtually all the prophets in the past, they had this master number 33 in their number. Jesus died at 33 years old. His ministry was for 3 years, right? When you check them, there is this 33 energy attached to them, right? But it is also a 6. So there is a feminine energy that backs up a master number 33, which is the number of fortune. So even if it is you are teaching people, there will be fortune attached to it as a master number 33 because it is the number of elevated consciousness. Wow. You said 12? There is no 12. There is no 12, guys. We're going to take a break now for light refreshment. And then, please, you have not even heard the best of this. You haven't heard the best of it. So if you are planning to leave, you better don't leave. Because we are going to, now we're going to logo creation. We're going to talk about logo creation. And then we're going to talk about address numerology. There are times that the reason your business is suffering or your life is not working, do you know it's because of where you are living or where you are doing business? I hope you know. If people are sounding like he's a liar, I don't believe it. But it is the truth. It's a universal truth. Everything is okay, many of you here, have you ever lived in a house where you notice that things just started working for you? And have you lived in a house you noticed that you came to that house, but you almost sold everything before you left? Because address numerology is an integral part of numerology. So you must know where you are. What is the number of where I am? And then there are remedies. Where I live in, I don't want the number. But there is something I did to it, right? To make up for the number. To make up for it. So it becomes the secondary energy. But then in my consciousness, it becomes the number. I recognize the house as that number. On the documents, no problem. You can stick to the primary energy. But me, the carrier, the owner of the house, I don't recognize that number. I recognize the one that I created to make up for the number. Because there are people right now who, they live in a house 4 and it's not compatible with them. So it is struggle. There are people right now, they live in a house that is close to a dustbin. Because apart from numbers, there are also places you shouldn't live in. Places close to dustbin, close to markets. I mean, I don't mean supermarket, I mean markets, where all manner of people come to. You don't think it matters? Because, see, not that you cannot succeed in that place, but you have to do. How many people wants to work twice as hard? Who needs that? Because, you know, I always tell people, if I can avoid something, why should I put myself in that problem? If it is avoidable. If it is avoidable. So I'm going to talk about address numerology, and then we'll talk about brand launch. And we'll talk about how to use your soul urge to breathe, and the pyramid of relationships and team selection. And we'll be able to do all that, don't worry. As soon as we get back, we're going to do that, and we're going to, you know, close the session, and then everybody will become members of the community, and then the lectures can now continue from there, right? So let's take a 5-10 minutes break. I've seen businesses, I've seen marriages crumble. I've seen people go from 100 to ground zero. Not because they are doing anything wrong, but because of where they are. There is no compatibility between that and their nature. Because one of the ways to know your nature is to know your numbers. Right? You know, when you know your numbers, you know your nature. You know your nature. You know, and this is called property or house number numerology. Because it holds the key to the experience, the things, the events and patterns that you experience where you are. Right? Because then what happens is you are conscious of the energy that the house is vibrating. And then you know how to not just explore, but to, you know, we are here to manipulate energy. I've said this before. You are here to not just be a living soul. You are here to be an alchemist. You play with energy. You experiment with energy. You transact energy. You test it sometimes. Right. You realize that it gets to a point where you are able to figure out the reason why you and somebody connect. Are able to figure out the reason why you and somebody don't connect. And there's nothing you can do about it because energies don't lie. Oh, you are trying to super glue. No. Sometimes you even blame yourself. Like maybe it's something you did wrong. No, it's not. It's nothing you did wrong. Their demon does not like your angel. Their demon is not compatible with your angel. Right? Because your numbers. Someone said that when they started, there is a concept called power cycle. You know, when people ask a lot of questions like, how do I do this, how do I do that? A lot of things are in your power cycle, which is the intensification of your numbers that tells you this is a special day. This is a power day and night for me in the month. Is your short-term pinnacle. So you know you have a personal year number, right? Please make sure you join the community, because there are many things that I'm going to expatiate in the community because of the people. So we're going to have a special weekend for the new members. That's what we're going to do. Right? For the new members, we're going to have a special for the new members. Because the truth of the matter is, what was I saying? Yeah, you need to have your personal year number. You need to know your personal month number. Your personal, people go to places December 31st, they tell them, this is your year of. Somebody is telling you, based on their own experience, what your year will be. So now you realize why it's not working for you. Because, fine, celebrate that person. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to connect to that. But I need to know my own personal year number. I know the number that is. I am entering a new cycle from August. Because your personal year begins in your month of birth. So, your real happy new year is in the month of your birth, not January. Your real happy new year begins in your month of birth, not in January. And this is the reason why I endorse the concept of celebrating birthdays. A lot of people don't like it, but I endorse it. I like it. Celebrate yourself. The day you were born. I don't understand the idea that your birthday is evil. I just can't comprehend it. I don't understand it. Because that is the day where you now reinforce your ruling number. Yes. You reinforce your ruling number. Not just as a number in the universe, but as an individual soul that is here to do something. But you must understand that you are now dealing with outside forces outside you. Where you are going to live, who you are going to marry, the people you are going to do business with. Are they energetically aligned? I always tell people when it comes to relationship, right? Finding the right person is not rocket science. Yeah. I was talking to one of my uncles the other day, and I was telling him about someone, and he said, you know what your problem is? I said, well, he said, you know too much. And I asked him, I said, okay, the things I know, are they relevant? He said, they are relevant. But if you continue like this, you will never marry. So he said, the much that you know, minimize it, because you know too. Because see, the energy is so strong that a lot of people don't know this about me. I was meant to marry somebody, and the person hid it from me. She hid something from me. And I knew by my interaction that there is a major thing I need to know about this person. So I kicked off an investigation based on that thing. And I figured that thing out. And I called the person and said, this is it. And the person said, yes, this is it, but I am working on it. I said, no, please don't work on it. Work on it by yourself. I don't want to work on it with you. Let me work on my own thing too. If it's something we can work on together, no problem. I will work on, but this one, I don't want to work on it. Because the truth of the matter is, when you get to that place of energy sensitization, today in the morning, I think, okay, I'm going to have a very busy day. You know what I do when I know I have a long day to teach? I watch one of those funny guys on YouTube. So I just turned on the TV. I was watching DJ Chicken. I don't condemn anything. No. Spirituality is a place of no ego, no judgment. I don't condemn anything. I call out falsehood, but I can listen to anybody, watch anything because I'm in control. So it's not that I watch the chicken this morning, then I'll watch him in the evening, watch him tomorrow. I am using DJ Chicken to while away my time. He's not using me. And he said something very important. Why are you laughing? He said something during that conversation. He had a podcast with one guy. What was that? Bayu something podcast. And he said, how much you pay me? He said, my coming here favors you more than me. I was like, no, this guy understands something. And you hear people like the rascal Portable. And many people sit down and they say, what do they even say? School no be scam. Oh. When you see people like Portable, school no be scam. Oh. You where you go school? Do you have money like, is your life working like him? The school no be scam because he didn't speak good English or because he behaved like a rascal. But guess what? Some of the things I've learned from those guys, they understand energy transaction. They will never stay in a place where there is no reciprocity of value. They will never stay there. Why did the chicken stand up from that place? He said, you don't pay me anything now. I'm here to do you a favor, and then you are talking like this. That's a guy that people think is on drugs. But you don't even smoke cigarettes. They use you and use you and use you, finish using you, you are still there. Maybe they will reward me tomorrow. Because they understand energy They know that there is a place where they should not be. And guess what he told him during that podcast? He said, I have only 3 minutes left here. 3 minutes, I'm leaving. But there are people who they have stayed in a place for 5 years that they are meant to have left 5 years ago, but they are still there. And then they say they went to university, and Chicken and Portable are illiterate. Spirituality has nothing to do with conventional education. It's energy. It's sensitivity, consciousness, perception, interpretation of the atoms, protons, electrons. How is this person behaving like this? To the point where you can say, you need this to avert a lot of crises in your life, especially people in relationship. Don't overdo it like me, because you always find out something if you want to always find out something. If you always want to kick out investigation, there will be something you're going to find. But you need a bit of this to understand people, because your human institution will give you signals that something is not right about this person. Something is not right about this house I'm living in. I was telling them about, when I was in a very bad place, I went like this up in life and I just went down, ground zero. And I always go to that house with them, that Ajia's house. And I was telling them that this is the house that gave me my deliverance. This is where my restoration began. And I will never forget that house. And that house, the number of that house, I knew it, I read it, I was like, and what did I tell you yesterday? Every night in that house, I will walk around the house, 3 a.m., hungry, 5 days, no food in my belly. But I'm just walking around the compound of the house. Only me, 6 units of 3-bedroom flats. And I'm just walking around and just speaking forth into my future. And speaking everything you are saying, I was speaking them forth. Because I understood that I was in the right place. So I was taking advantage of the energy. When you notice that you are so lackadaisical, you are passive, you can't do anything, you are in the wrong place. Something is holding you down. Many of you are in relationships where you just notice that since you started dating this person and you started sleeping with them, you just notice that you used to be active. Especially if the person lives in a house that is also terrible house. Terrible human being, terrible house. You carry your precious self to the person. And then people do. You finish, no cleansing, no purification, nothing. You go back to your house, start feeling like, what is wrong with me? Why didn't you ask yourself when you were saying eat it hard, what is wrong with something? Why didn't you feel it? You were meant to feel it in that place, that something is wrong. When you get to this point, you begin to understand that it is not you are not meant to stay in every place. DJ Chicken said, I have only 3 minutes here. The same person people are saying is a drug addict, that he needs to be in Yaba Lab, says, only 3 minutes, I'm living here now. Because he knew that there is a particular time I should spend here. I shouldn't stay here for too long. And you know, we use the Pythagorean system to calculate address numerology. But let me quickly run a summary. Now, you look at a number 1, for instance. A house 1. A house 1. Your house is number 1. Now, a house 1 is the perfect house for a young person that is just starting life. Or a person who wants to start a new business. So, a person that is starting a new business should not go and pay rent for a business house, a house that is number 7. Or a number 9. No. And if you are already in that place, you know, God is so gracious. If you are not yet there, then you see, you can avoid it. But if you are already there, then there's something you can do. Because it's calculation. You have to be an alchemist and a mathematician, right? So let's say you are already in a place that is house 2. And that's where you are doing your business, because house 2. You will just know, all your staff will be on Facebook. There will be so much passiveness in that environment that there will be harmony, right? But you need harmony in your business place, but you also need money. So it's not about, yeah. They would love to come to work, but there is no profits. It's like civil service. Everybody goes to work, 10 a.m., they close 4 p.m., no productivity, nothing, and everybody is cool with it. But you can't run your personal business like that. So if you live in this kind of house, maybe this is your business address, for instance, then what you do is design a beautiful poster of a number 6. Right? Because this is the number of fortune, right? And you paste it. There are a lot of my students and clients who have done this. At the back of the entrance. Okay, so let's say this is the outside, right? You paste it here. You know what happened? You know what you have done? You have neutralized these 2, just as a mathematician. It's calculation, and you have introduced this fortune. But guess what you have now done to it? You have made it a number 8 business address. And 8 is one of the very good address for a business address. One of the good numbers for a business address, because it speaks. I would not suggest 8 as a business name, except you know that you are a King Kong and you can handle it. But as a business address, I would suggest it. As a house address, maybe you work from home and then you just want to be commanding money from your home. You want customers, you know, online business. 8 is a great business. It's a great number. Let's assume that your house is a number 7. And you are running some form of counseling from the house. Perfect. You know, maybe you do, like what I do, private session. And then that property is where people come to meet you. Perfect for it. Perfect for it. Right. It should not be 5. Because 5 is a party house, actually. Studio. Makeup studio. Music studio. Right. Look at this number now. 4. Now, I've seen a lot of people who told me this. They live in a house 4 and it's actually been really, it's been struggle. Now, house 4 is for people who are retired. People who are not really, they're not really aiming for it. They've worked and they can live on their pension, on, what they have saved. Not for a young man who is just starting his life to go and live in a house 4. You see how confused that number, sorry if you are a 4, I'm not saying you are confused. But you see how far? Are you 1? Are you this? Are you that? What are you? So you must be able to understand this. If you are already in there, that you must now go. And depending on what you want to do, add a 2 to it. Add another 4 to it, just to make it 8. Or to make it 6. Or to make it 1. Depending on your intention, what you want to achieve. This is why you must first know the meanings of numbers. Now, all numbers have almost the same meanings. Different expression. Right. So you see now, I said life path number, independent thinker. Right? Now, when it comes to address, it is you want to start a new business. Right? You want to start a new business. So a new business should not go and get a house 5. Because the assumption based on that energy is that you have been moving from one place to another. And this is another place, is a continuation of you gallivanting around. It's a new business. And in this generation, in society now, people actually do business mostly from home. There are many people who do business from home now, and they are making a lot of money. So your home currently is almost like your business place. So it simply means that if you don't have control of that home address, like maybe you live with someone, you live with your parents and all that, now you must now kick in consciousness. If you don't have the resources currently to go and get a place, with the consciousness, with the intention to have so much abundance that you can step out and go and get your own place that you have control of. Because normally, when it comes to business, you're meant to have control of your space in time. There is something called your space in time. There are many of you allow people to corrupt your space in time. I've done that before in my life, where you have a house and you have friends who likes bringing 2 different girls. And not that you are that bad. Maybe you have just one girl, but they bring different girls in. Now they are corrupting your space in time. You have lost control of your space in time. So when it comes to business, you must be intentional about being in charge of your space within that time period. So the goal, if you are in a place where someone else is in control, you cannot control what number you change or all that. Intention is I need to make so much money that I can step out and be in control of my space in time. Number 2 is very sentimental. 2 softs for a business address. Number 3, photo studio, things that have to do with creativity. Estate, for instance, a house 3. If I have a real estate company that is in a house 3, you know what I will do? Every Friday, I will make it an open house. Come to our office. You're going to have coffee, have some snacks, let's talk. That's the way I'm going to do it. Because now I am making sure that I vibe with that energy. Because you cannot have a house number 3 as a business place and everything is like this. Quiet like a 7. 4 is, stability, groundedness, right? So like I said, see, people who should use house 4 for a business address are people who Maybe you are retired as a civil servant and you want to go into consulting. Because it's meant to be a long-term house. Right? I will stay in this house for as long as I want. But a young person who is just starting, you are not, there is a short-term thing. It can be 1 year, 2 years. So you don't need a house for as a business address. Right? 5 has to do with short-term businesses. Right? Short-term. You're not trying to, like 4. Unlike 4, right? You want to move, you know. You want to move. It's okay for you if you have a business like a warehouse, where they store things. You run a business that has to do with a warehouse where people can come and store things, storehouses. A 5 would work for that because it means that you pay. A shop that is number 4, no. Then if it's a number 4 at the inside the shop, design a 4, 4. Beautifully write it and paste it on the back. That's the solution to it. But then you have to also say, before you do that, you have to go on a 9 days kind of ritual. Because it's not just about writing 4 and pasting it. Anybody can write 4 and paste it. The ritual is in the sense that you have your intention, the law of intention. This is what I want this business to produce everything that 8 represents. 8 is a good number for a business address. Not a really great number for business name. Except, like I said, you're a King Kong. So you have that intention. I want this property to vibrate. There are people who move into a business place where they start a business and then they don't do anything. They just clean the place. They hire boys. They use jig. What do they call it? Clean the place, use water. They pack their things in. Business has started. Now you are meant to, there are elements you use. Because especially if that place is not a new place. If people have been there. There are people who do businesses in houses that used to belong to prostitutes. That have brought in different men in that house. And you think you are going to bring your stuff in that house and you're going to sell? So there has to be thorough purification of that property. Because now it carries an energy. Even you as a human being, for everybody you sleep with, except you cleanse yourself, you already carry their cells in your body. Of course. So you see people sleep with people, the guy comes down from the bed, enters the bathroom, you are still there holding your phone. But he has entered the bathroom. He has closed his door. Everything you carry come to give him. He has washed them off. Probably even took some things from you and left some things inside you. But you thought that you just had a great time. You are just there with your phone. He comes out of the bathroom, enters the bedroom. You are still there with your phone. I want to start going now. Okay, make a transfer money. And then you are just there. You think nothing happened. Talk more of a house that you're going to be in. And that house has accommodated all manner of people. They've entered and they've exited. But everybody that enters, they drop something and they leave. Let me tell you something. It is so important that it is when it comes to quantum physics, when you leave this place today, a part of you is already registered here. That there was a time you are here, and in your memory bank, it is registered that you came to this place at some point. So your frequency, part of your frequency is here. So talk more of you puffing your pants and entering somebody. Sorry, I can be raw sometimes, but I don't know why. Come on, guys, man. This is the truth. It's I know someone that said he will never see. he paid as much as like 7 million for rent for a girl. And he said he has never slept with a girl in that house. And I asked him, sir, why? And he said, because it is not my territory. I said, why is it not your territory? And he said, oh, you think I'm a fool? Because I'm an old man, you think I'm a fool? You think other men are not coming there to sleep with her? So when I want to sleep with her, I bring her to my territory. So even though I paid the rent, if I want to sleep with her, to come and meet me at so place. So for many people, you think that wealthy, powerful people, because they paid rent for a girl, they are going to that house every day. No. Even the girls can tell you that you only visit me like once in a year. If I'm going to see him, I have to go and meet him in a... They understand that that house already carries a frequency that they don't know anything about. They are not in control of. But where they are in charge of that environment. Come and meet me. But he paid millions for that place where she is. He paid that money to control her. Like, anytime I need you, come and meet me in my territory. The property, the place where you are doing anything you are doing, carries an energy. I was telling someone, I said, because I know him, I said, anytime you want to marry, see this your mattress, you must change your bed. I said, why? I said, if you don't change your bed, your marriage cannot work. They said, why? I said, do you know how many people have used this bed with you? Defiled bed. All manner of screaming and coming on the bed. And you think that kind of bed in your marriage is going to work? Completely change your bed. Because that's a property that already carries energy. It is registered, not just in your memory bank. Even that bed is vibrating that person's frequency. And then people marry and then they start having issues. They think, how come we're having issues? But we loved ourselves now. We spent 20 million naira for the wedding now. They can't place where the problem is from. They think it's their mother-in-law, it's their father-in-law, it's their... There are things you are meant to do property-wise because everything has intelligence. Go and watch this movie on Netflix. It's called Life. It's about some astronauts that traveled to space and they discovered a cell of something. They didn't know that it has intelligence, so the stuff started growing. Killed 5 of them. Only 2 of them survived. So you think because they slept and left, and like 50 people have slept on that bed with you and they left. That is frequency that is already engrafted in on that property. So a house already carries the frequency of everybody that has visited that house. So you are meant to do proper cleansing of that house. Cleansing with elements, with words and spells and elements. Proper cleansing of that place before you move any of your stuff into that place. And for people who think, oh no, I don't care about all these things. No problem. Number 6. So you see now, fortune, prosperity, warmth. When the house is number 6. So when a house carries a number that it's not vibing the energy of that number, you know that something, they have corrupted that house. That house is corrupt. It is a corrupt, and this is why I always tell people, it's always better to either find a new house or a well-renovated house. Even with the well-renovated house, change all the, anything that has contacted any other human being, especially direct contact. Bathtub, WC, the toilet seat, wash hand basin. It's always better to change those things because those are like direct contacts with people that you don't know. You don't know where they are coming from or where they are going. And then you have people, this thing is so important that you now realize that how can it be this serious that I will now carry myself like this? I will now meet a girl today. I will now say, come to my house this night. I will now go and sleep with her. No, that's too risky. That's too risky. Neurologically, I have created a program in my neurons, and I have infused risk up to what if she dies in the night. So the moment that urge kicks in, all those risks comes. Neurologically, you can program yourself like that. What if she dies? What if something happens and she says you want to rape her? What if tomorrow she says there's something? I'm just thinking. I just sleep off. Like, I forget about that intention. Now, the people who are telling you, don't fornicate, and they are not telling you what to do, not to do it. They are not helping you. The moment you start thinking about a woman, you have already committed sin, is a lie. You have not committed any sin. Thoughts are just thoughts. That's a lie. You are only thinking about it. Manage that thought. And then the next level. Because I know that Ejiofor now is about 30 years old, right?
No.
He's 22 years old.
24.
24 years old, rather. How in the world will I tell this guy that I should not sleep with a woman? That's like, no, serious, guys. How in the world I say, Ejiofor, you are not married, but you are not meant to. You shouldn't even have any erection. That's a lie now. That is a lie. It's impossible. He will have it. So how do I protect him? How do I help him to protect himself? And help him to know who to do it with and who not to do it with. But that one is with people I'm close to. It's not. That one is not social media talk. Because there are people you are not, especially as a business person, there are people you are not meant to even see the color of their bra. Or even see the color of their boxers. You are meant to stay completely away from them. Yeah. You are meant to, let me expose myself a bit. I went to Lagos. There is somebody, I was even thinking, so I was chatting with her, and then the night that I saw her, we went to a place for dinner. I paid 120,000 naira. It's nothing though, But after that interaction at that dinner, when I left that place, I told myself I will never spend time with this person again. When you see the person I'm talking about, he knows the person I'm talking about. When you see her, you'll be like, is this person using fresh goat milk to bath? Cleanest woman. When you see the person. But based on what energy I said, I will never. And what did I say to you? And the person wanted to walk with him, and I said, please, don't walk with that person. Let her just go. Because listen, if I try it, right? The consequences. Now, it is not that I don't know what to do to avert that, but do I want to spend another 3 to 5 to 6 months to, evade anything? I just want to be living my life in a cool way, just be chilling. I don't need all that mess. All right? Because people carry frequencies. Places carry frequencies. There are some houses you go to. There is a man, he likes inviting me to his house. I said, well, you know why I like you? I said, why? He said, you are not afraid. I was like, some people, I bring them to my house, they see some things, they're like, I understand all these symbols, so don't worry. And I resonate with them, I understand this. People carry frequencies. Places carry frequencies, especially a place like a house 7. Let's say your business is in a house 7, and you don't have artworks like this Stargate artwork, this portal. That's the closest symbol to a Stargate. Stargate is a portal, right? It is a portal. You live in a house, you're doing business in a house 7, and then you don't have some sacred geometrical, for instance, you're a woman, you don't have some jewelry that vibrates sacred geometry. Because everything then takes us back to energy. It's an energy field that vibrates a frequency. Now, house number 8, expansion, abundance, growth. Expansion, abundance, growth. This is why I always tell people, change it to number 8. If it is 2, add a 6 to it. Ooh, wow, perfect. If it is a 4, add 4 to it. Or add another number that is not 4, that will make it 8. Right. If, you can't manage that for energy. Expansion, abundance, growth. That's what it is. Number 9, acceptance. And the house is a house 9. So I want to start something now, for instance. I want to have a business that helps people connect with themselves better. Yeah? Like, let's say I was interning with a company when I was schooling in Dubai. And this company, what they do is they build games, team building activities for Fortune 500 companies. And the owner of the company is an Indian. And the number of that place is a 9. And, me and her connected so much that the other staff, they were like, I'm using African juju for her. I'm like, because me and her speak the same language. I know why she used that 9 for that place. Because now, everybody in that company were connected. It was like a family, right? And then based on that, the business was prospering and succeeding. Now, guess what? She moved from that place to another building. That was another number. And during COVID, the business folded up. So I called them later on when back in Nigeria, and they said she's not really into it again. Something happened, they caught fire, and then she just folded up. I'm showing you how powerful address numerology is. Now, there is a deeper, extensive dimension to this. Matter of fact, most of the things I talk about, each subject requires 5 hours class. I hope you know that. That's why I say I'm trying to touch here. Life path number requires like 7 hours master class on its own. Address numerology will take because there are so many other things to talk about. But this is a summary. And you all are now members of the community. So you are going to start enjoying the benefits of becoming members of the community. In the 18 days manifestation marathon video lectures, I spoke on this extensively. And this is a program that I've had people who told me, create my own for me, and I'll pay you anything. So I'm talking about a program that cost up to like 2 million. Some people have paid 2 million, some people have paid 1 million, some people have paid 1.5 million. But those are people that I deal with either physically or through virtual, but it's just me and them, right? But now we have now made it something that you can own. And it's just 240,000. How much is 240,000? But the extensive versions of all this is in that program. 23 videos. Miss Eunice is one of the people that attended the 18 days manifestation marathon. One of the things I told my team, we're not into all those come and share testimony. If something is working, people can see it. But if we say, come and share testimony now, I am telling you confirmed things that have happened to people that I know, and then I can tell you. Now, let's go to branding, logo creation, and all that. There are a lot of people here now. Your logo represents you. Let me show you something quickly. There are projector here. I think it's on my phone. Ibro, is he on your phone? Okay, please, let's use Ibro's phone. The International Conscious Conference. I want to teach you how to create logos for your business. Because creating a logo for your business is not just something you go to Canvas. What do they call that? Canvas or Canva? You go and copy something someone already did and use it as your own. No, 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 no. It's meant to come from you. You are the source. Everything outside you are tools that you use. So even your business logo is meant to come from divine inspiration. Now, we are planning a conference. Can they see it on TikTok? We are planning a conference, which is the maiden edition of a conference called International Conscious Conference in August. And we sat down for like a week and said, we need to design a logo for it. Now, when you're talking about logo, that is your image, right? See, Starbucks, the creators of Starbucks, they are from Seattle. They're from a place in Seattle called, it rains like almost every day in Seattle. So it's a riverine area, right? So they took a Greek mythology symbol, the siren. You see that sexy, seductive image. When they started, it was the image of a woman showing this thing, and like this, holding two hands, mermaid. That was the logo they started with. Guess what? Their intention was, Starbucks, people must smell it. People must hear about it. People must feel it, and then they must taste it. And when you look at those four combinations, that is seductive. So because they are in a riverine area, they used the symbol of a mermaid in the Greek mythology. So when you ask them, they tell you, oh, it's not a human being, but it is the symbol of Starbucks. Your business is not advancing because you are lackadaisical about it. It's not about Tinubu. No, it's not. Jim Rohn said, you are stranded because of your philosophy, not because of the economy. Everyone can see it. You are stranded not because of the economy, but because of your philosophy. I will never build a logo and just tell somebody, do something for me in Canvas. Sorry. Canva. Yeah, do something. I'm not condemning Canva, but do something in Canva, just send it. If I even do it, people like this will laugh at me. Amithi. Because he's a master when it comes to logo creation. He's the one that will take a logo and tell you that, no, they copied it from, and he will show you proof. Plagiarize. This is plagiar. Is it plagiar? Plagiarize. So you see this logo, right? This is International Conscious Conference. Now you can see colors, right? It looks, when you see this logo, what comes to your mind? Because let me tell you, the people, what did you say? Thank you. She said something now. There is a stargate in this logo, right? There is the all-seeing eyes in this logo. There is authority in this logo. There is happiness, happy people in this logo, right? Because can I tell you the truth? See what MTN did, right? Yellow. It's about happiness. Yellow color. When you are burning, sometimes when I want to be in that happy people mood, I burn yellow candles, orange candles. That's what I burn, because that's what it speaks of. It's vibrational. It's vibrating that energy. So you cannot want to do an international conscious conference that brings people together and not put some happy people frequency to it. And then that's authoritative, because nobody has done it. You want to do it, you must stamp your authority. So the purple you are seeing right there is authority. When Julius Caesar wanted to prove to the Senate in Rome that he's running an authoritarian system of government, he wore a purple robe and went to them in the Senate. And when they saw the purple robe, they said, this guy wants to be more superior than the Senate. Purple color, guess what? And then you see the blue. some peace and tranquility. So you see the lens in the eyes. So this is something we sat down. We sat down and then we created this in days. And then you also have to understand that it has to do with the people involved in the creation. Now, as much as Nigerians, there are companies that spend millions of dollars on logo creation. So you are meant to spend money based on where you are. It's not something you just say, it's only 5K I have. Oh. You are meant to spend, because these are things you are meant to pay attention to. Now, my Femi Jubao logo, I never saw it from the perspective of the yin-yang, right? You see these yin-yang symbols here? Until Amithi said, I can do something to your logo. And I said, okay, do it. Because I don't just tell people to work on such things for me. The person that did it before did a fantastic job, and that was like 2013. Muiwa. He's the one printing our books now. And he used the first letters of my name, F and J. But when he worked on it, he produced the yin-yang energy in that logo. And I noticed that the F is the yin and the J is the yang, with the colors that represent what I want this brand to stand for. People are not just creating logos. They are intentional about it. They are intentional about the logos that they are creating. So except you want to run a business that starts in the place, wherever it is small, and ends there. And I'm sure we have people here tonight who are not just trying to do something small. Do we have anybody here who just wants to play small? You want to play big, right? You want to play big, even if your own business is within the family circle. There's a way you decorate your children. I remember when I was young, I had a teacher, I can never forget her. They call her Mama Stella. The moment she sees me, your mother, you look so clean, the way you look. Because the way my mother dresses me to school, with colors, she doesn't know anything about numerology, with colors, and then, tells me who I am and all that. When I gave birth to you, I told God, although, she brings in all those religious things into it, that you are going to be a man of God, I will be preaching to everybody in the whole world. So I get to school and Yastela will see me, will be telling the other students, see the way they looks, see the way. So even as a mother, do you know that? Because that's the noblest profession. I hope you know that. Taking care of children is the noblest profession. When a man knows this, then he knows that he cannot just marry anybody. Because if you know how you want your children to be, you will know who to marry. So if you want to produce Portable, sorry, well, he's doing well, so we cannot, but then I don't want my children to do well like that, right? I celebrate him, but that is not the way I want my children to do well, okay? So it depends on you. You can decide that I want my children to be gangsters and doing well as a gangster. I don't want that. So as a mother, you can decorate your home, your life, your children with numbers, with colors. Sigil. I was talking about sigil with her. Every family should even have a sigil. That one is another class, so let me not go there. Every family should have a family logo. Like a sigil, but logo. Let's just call it logo. It must be based on their vibrational frequency per time. Because that's how they raise it to become a hooligans. So will they nurture this life the way they've carried this life in the womb, and then they produce this life, and they can raise this life the way I would have done even in my absence? Right. Eh? I should loud it. She said I should loud it. Those are the thoughts that you bring. Because see, you can talk about business and all that, blah, 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 blah. If the home front is not in order, it affects the business, right? And it affects the business in a very terrible way. So as a woman, you should design. See, if your husband says, I want a woman that will take care of my children, and you accept to be like that. Don't let society, tell you something else. Stigmatize you. You have agreed. It is a noble profession. There's a way you can bring beauty and color to that house. Like, this is the numbers of everybody. Okay, let's bring out the colors. Let's design something. Let's have an artwork. When the children are going to school, let's have something for them. My mother never used to, she would wear ring on my hand. She would wear necklace on me. So I started feeling like I was a king since I was young. Even though my father... Yes! She would dress me up, clean my clothes, and tell me, when I wanted to give birth to you, I told God I want a son that will be preaching about Jesus to the world. Oh, man. Now let's go to something very important here. The pyramid of business relationship and team selection. Because you can't succeed in business alone. And you must build a pyramid. For your business to succeed, you must build a pyramid for it. Right? There are people who are not meant to be your confidants. And you must know them. And you can know them by numbers. You must know the numbers that you are compatible with. And you know this from something we call your 3 unique birth codes. What are your 3 unique birth codes? They are your day of birth number, your life path number, and your destiny expression number. There are people you meet right now, and you just connect with them. Why do I connect with this person like this? Right? Why do I connect with them? Because in your soul contract, there is an agreement. Because you wrote a contract before you came here, before you were born. You wrote a contract. Yes. Yes. You signed a contract, how you want your life to be. So you are living out your own scripts. That's what you're doing. You're living out your own script. And that's why some things happen to you, they look like deja vu. Like, have I experienced this thing before? It's part of your soul contracts. It's part of your soul contract. So in that soul contract, you also have people, because your day of birth and your life path are your ruling numbers. You also have people that in that contract, you are going to meet them at some point, and they are going to transform your life. Now, if you are not connected, you are not living by that contract, you are going to be meeting people that are going to be slapping you and showing you shaggy when you don't understand the dynamics of numbers when it comes to relationship pyramid. Now, you have this. Number 1, it is called the mental concord. Some people call it the mental triad. The mental triad concord is the 1, 5, 7. So you focus on your life path number. So if your life path number is 1, 5, or 7, you belong to this family. Now the concord is more or less like, I play guitar, and I don't know if this guitar is tuned. I like to explain it this way. I mean, master number 11 was, we are multi-talented, so. Sometimes we like to show it off. Okay, so now what I'm doing for you now, that you are listening to now, is concord. Right. So I am playing notes that are in the same family. That's why it sounds harmonious. That's why it's called harmony in music. Does it sound good? Because all the notes I'm playing, they belong to the same family. It's not off key. Right. It's on key. It's not off key, it's on key. Right? Holy, oh. What's that guy's name? Holy Father, I'm screaming, my Lady Gaga. She got me in my feeling, Abuja, in this garden of Eden. Holy Father, Holy Father. Does that sound sweet to you? Because I have just played notes that are in the same family. Now listen to this. Holy Father. My Lady Gaga, she got me in my feeling, Abuja. Does that sound good? Now, a lot of people right now, the reason why your life is sounding disharmonious is because you are connecting yourself with people who don't belong to your concord, to your chords. In music, it is called chords. You don't play two chords that are not within the same range at the same time. It will never produce a harmonious sound. So the disharmony you are seeing in your life is because you are aligning yourself with people who are not even meant to, they are not meant to be in your life to start with. We gravitate towards people we are meant to run away from, especially in relationship. He gives me one kind of vibe like that, But that is somebody you are meant to run away from. But because they have packaged and they have come to you, and because you don't understand energy, and then you open yourself to them, and then you notice disharmony. There's no harmony in your life. Because you can never have harmony with somebody you are not compatible with. Fight. Any little thing, fight. Arguments. And the same thing goes to business. Team selection. You carry people. You hire people. See, I have told someone, HR companies. HR companies are meant to actually use this principle. They are meant to use this principle. So they can know when you put a team together, are they compatible? And you can know that through numbers. These 5 people we have put together, are they going to be fighting themselves? Or they are going to work together? Now, the next one is the creative concord. On a normal day, it should be the manifestation concord, because I'm going to tell you something tonight. The manifestation concord and the creative concord, they are actually the same. This is 2, 4, 8. So now, one of the things you have to do now is look at your life path number and ask yourself, am I here? Or am I absent or present? So one of the things you can do is, when you finally know your number, and then you know where you are not present, you know what you're meant to do? When you want to partner with people, find people who have what you don't have. All my charts, 7 is not present. Even when I changed my name, 7 was still not present. He is a 7, right? My brother is a 7. 9 is not present in the old name, but his present is a new name. Shehu Ambassador is a 9. So when it comes to me putting a team together or doing something, Ahmed is a 9. So when it comes to me doing something serious with people, a legacy conscious thing, I focus on those 2 numbers. Do they have what I have? Yes, they can be in the circle. Do they have what I don't have? They have more leverage because I don't have what they have. Now, there are people who are present in all this, and yet there is still some discrepancies. Now, that takes us to lack of consciousness. So they need to be more conscious so they can be more energetically aligned. I promised you a weekend of free masterclass on all this, so we're going to get there, all right? Now, let's move on. I am sure that everything we have talked about today is, does it make any sense to anybody? Are you gleaning, are you kind of getting something from this? Now we are going to another phase of the masterclass. Because if we continue with this numerology, we will not even leave here today. So, now, you're what? Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now, let's go to, 1 second, guys. As soon as you understand this, then you can now get to the stage where you start asking yourself, if I have all this information, then why am I not manifesting my desire? I have applied all these principles, then why is my business, why is my relationship in chaos? If I have already applied all this, then it takes us to the next stage. Why am I not manifesting? And I've spoke a bit about that. The first thing here is you are not manifesting because you don't understand energy transaction. And I give you an instance of DJ Chicken and Portable. All these guys that we think are not educated. But when it comes to social influence, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to power, they seem to manifest these things more than the people who claim that they know. Because they understand that the world is an energy market. The world is an energy market. Every day you are transacting energy. Eh? Now, there are people who are actually old souls, right? There are people who are old souls. There are people whose parents did some things. Right. When you see people, see, I wish that people would understand this just one principle. Every real change have requirements. If you want to experience a real change in your life, listen, it's either your parents have invested. What did, I know Hebrews, Hebrew is his father told me, I want him to be your son. I said, I'm your son too, sir. So we are family. His father called him and his mother, they called him one day and said, your friend is going to tell you to follow them to the river, to go and swim when he was in school. And he said, no, now my friend, young people, they always want to argue. My friends have never told me to follow them to the river, so they can't tell me. They are going to tell you to follow them to the river. Don't go with them. And 3 days later, his friends told him to follow them to the river. And he said he wasn't going. And they went, and there was catastrophe. So a lot of you right now, the ease that you are experiencing in your life, your parents did some work. There are parents who are ignorant and incompetent. They didn't do any work. Rather, they even damaged you the more. We are going to something very important in this masterclass that you need to take advantage of. Many of us right now that even already have this knowledge, the reason you are not manifesting results is because of your childhood. The people who raised you, they damaged you, consciously or unconsciously, directly or indirectly. And you can't blame them because they also came from a damaged, dysfunctional place anyways. Thank you. This is, they call it generational curses, but I don't call it generational curses. I call it generational choice. Because listen, guys, Generational choices. Now listen, all you need to break any negative family pattern is one good choice. I hereby choose that I will not follow this path. That is the end. And you commit to ensuring that you don't follow that dysfunctional cycle of parenting. Now, a lot of people, what you are doing, you are replicating your parents' style of parenting on your own children. Now, many people right now, you are not manifesting, and you think it's because of other external factors. It's because of the way you were raised. Because your behavioral patterns are directly linked to your upbringing. I hope you know that. That's why they call it formative years. Formative. Your formative years, child psychology, age 0 to 5. Train up a child. You can only train a child. You cannot fix a broken adult. It's hard to fix a broken adult. If a child has been raised with scarcity, if a child was raised with a father, I used to have a friend back then in Lekki. He started smoking weed at 4 years old. Weed at 4 years old. Because how do you smoke weed like this? And he said, nah, my father, because his father smokes weed. So at 20-something, how do I now fix him? Right. So there are people right now who, the people in your life who were meant to be your tour guide in life, they did not perform their duty. Not that they did not just perform their duty, they also damaged you. So you are now in a compendium of negativity and limitation where you think that it is impossible for you to attract anything good. There are people right now that you always you expect less. The moment they tell you, oh, come, and they want to treat you right, in the name of, I am a simple person, I'm shy. You think you are shy, but there is a spirit in you that resists anything preferential treatment and is deeply rooted in the way you were raised, the experiences that you have been through in life. An unexamined life is not worth living. That's it. Because we have moved into the manifestation session now. The art and science of manifestation. Listen, manifestation demands that you run something I call self-examination. Because you cannot have this beautiful knowledge, this esoteric knowledge of numbers, and you're not manifesting. It's impossible. Then you know that it is deep. Now there's another problem to address, which has to do with your upbringing, and is your shadow. So your upbringing has created shadows in your life. The darkness in you that is holding you back. I love what is his name? I love what he said. He said, if you comprehend the darkness in you, then you will see the lights. Carl Jung. If you can comprehend the darkness in you, then you're ready to see the lights. But you have been raised with so much dysfunctionality that when something is happening in your life, you don't even perceive the patterns, because to you is nothing. You have repressed those patterns so much that you can't even see them. You are not conscious of them. There was a time in my life that I thought that I came here to this world to just be used by people. And guess what I tagged it? I said I'm a very selfless person. There was a time I even told myself, maybe my calling in life is to do this. That's why I don't feel it when they don't. When I call them, they don't help me. I don't feel it. I'm the one who is meant to be helping them. So many of you have branded your dysfunctionality as virtue. It is not a virtue. You are dysfunctional. It's as simple as that. Until you identify it as a dysfunctionality. And this is why many women in marriages, your man sees you as, when it is time to suffer, she is there. When it's time to enjoy, she doesn't like. Other women are the ones that will enjoy. She is the one that can suffer. A lot of men, you have been trained to isolate yourself when you are going through stuff, because nobody cared about your feelings when you were young. So even with your wife in the house, you just withdraw from her. And then you see one girl outside your marriage that, say, she gives me peace. But your wife would have given you peace if you drew close to her, like, I need to tell you about this. I don't mean you should give me a solution, but I just want you to nurture me through it. Do you see what's happening to people now? They can't understand that the base of their problem is how they were raised. Their childhood trauma is the reason they are struggling to manifest their desire. That's the reason they are struggling to manifest their desire. And nobody can break free until they are able to explore, discover, and integrate that shadow. Nobody can solve. Nobody. I'll tell you, I talk about myself a lot because I want people to learn. When they were doing service of song for my father, I sat down. So when people were talking about my father, so I looked at my mother, she was crying. So after everything, I asked my mother, I said, why were you crying? I'm very inquisitive. Why were you crying? And she said, I'm crying because your father was not all this to me. So I'm surprised that people will come and say that your father emptied his bank account for them. Even I sat there, I asked my brother, I said, Baba borrowed the empty your bank account for person. I don't know. I don't know about that. Empty his bank account for someone. And I told myself, I said, wow. And guess what I did? I built a pyramid. And I said, for me to consider myself a successful man, I have to be an initiated man. That is the only way. Manhood initiation is a process of self-exploration and examination where the things you do, you scrutinize yourself. I shouldn't have spoken to this girl like this. That was too harsh. Because now, the things that you have seen becomes the mirror through which you access yourself like, no, this is not right. Because until you become an initiated man, you can never become an effective father. Oh, battery. You can never become an effective father, and you will never become a loving husband. So every man here watching me, you have 3 responsibilities in life. You have to be an initiated man, you have to be an effective father, and you have to be a loving husband. But then your shadow comes. A loving father. Every woman here, your role is to be a nurturer. But you've been in an environment, or you were raised by a mother who never taught you how to nurture. And when men meet you, they don't see a nurturer. They see somebody they can use. Or they see a nasty, aggressive person. It is your shadow that is working against you. The reason you are not manifesting is because your shadow is making you do things that are counterproductive to your desire. You desire something, but your behavior is directly opposite what you desire. So you are building with one hand and breaking the building with the other. And you are wondering, what is wrong with me? Can I explain? You think you can't explain it because it now becomes the thorn in your flesh, right? It becomes a thorn in your flesh. And that's why many people are not manifesting their own desire. Because listen, the moment you desire something, you know why? It's because it is available for you. You can never desire anything that is not available to you. There are people right now who don't desire anything big. You desire it because it is available. So your desire is legitimate. Every desire you have right now is legitimate. But then the shadow, the dark side of you, holding you down, the dark side of you holding you down until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct and rule your life, and you will call it fate. You will brand it as virtue. You always start businesses and destroy it by yourself. with your own hand. You start relationships and you burn bridges with your behavioral patterns because you cannot function differently from the operating system inside you. You can't. You start a great family with somebody and then you just start behaving in a way that even you can't explain. They take you for therapy. Therapists ask you, madam, can you talk? You don't say anything. So what is wrong? Can you talk? I have nothing to say. In a therapy session. But, so do you want this marriage to be over? No, I don't want to leave my husband. Okay, so can you talk? Because I experience these things many times with couples and I'm like, okay, do you want your marriage to work? Yes, I want to stay in the marriage. So what can you say? What is going on? Nothing to say. Because there is an operating system in that person that wants to destroy a marriage that would have been of essence and goodness to them. They can't even explain it. Now, they now need to run. They now need to start going back in time to go back to their childhood. Because you see, childhood wounds, they are rarely talked about, and that's why they are rarely healed. People rarely talk about their childhood wound, and a lot of people can come and tell you about how you can just think about something and attract it instantly. And you are thinking, you're not attracting it. You're wanting, law of attraction, wanting. You watch 1 minute TikTok video, yes, this is what it is. But there is a shadow and darkness you're not dealing with. And you are wondering, what exactly is going on? That is the darkness in you are meant to comprehend, right? You are not meant to deny that darkness. You are meant to comprehend that darkness, explore that darkness, and then integrate it. Integrate that darkness. Right? You are meant to see a lot of people, for instance, who, when they were young, they were dealt blow, they were abused. And you see them, there's a lady, whenever she sees a girl that is being maltreated, she can take a bullet for that. She is integrating her shadow. She's integrating it. That's what she's doing. Right? But those who are not integrating that shadow, she goes into a relationship and then she starts looking at the man. The man now begins to represent the object of revenge for what other people did. The guy didn't do anything to her. I was counseling a couple and when I was talking to both of them, I realized that nothing is wrong with their marriage. Nothing is wrong with their marriage. But something is wrong with both of them. And that's why you see people do this. They say marriage. When you hear stuff like marriage doesn't favor anybody, marriage is bad. Nothing is wrong with marriage. Something is wrong with you. You husband and you wife. Because now you have carried, no, please, you are not husband and wife. No. Because you have carried your own personal issues that you have refused to deal with, and you have brought it into the marriage with someone else. Then the marriage now becomes the boxing ring, and your partner becomes the punching bag. Whereas if you deal with your shadow and you integrate it, it will help you to start developing the systems that would help you become the most authentic version of yourself. And then when you came here to carry out not just your own assignment, but the assignment of your ancestors. That's why the Igbos will call it the chi. Your spirit double. When every child was born, a spirit was assigned to you to guide you through life, to support you, to help you. But that spirit has gone on sabbatical leave because you don't even engage it. You are running helter-skelter. But that spirit is like, if you can just partner with me, we are going to do magic together. The world is a stock market. The battle for your soul is not the battle between God and Satan. No! I don't pay attention to Satan. I don't care about that ideology. It does not exist in my consciousness. The battle for my soul is the battle of the gods. There is a God wrestling with my God to gain dominance over my life. But because I know my God, and those who know their God shall be strong and carry out great exploits. Why do you think that as powerful as God is, like they tell us, he still wants you to shout his name and glorify him and give him credit? Does he need it? You know why? Because until you magnify anything, it is not a God in your life. So we all look but see differently. Perception is key. So your God is that which you magnify and give the credit for every good thing in your life to. That is your God. And when you study the ancient texts, Sumerian and all those texts, it tells you that there is a pantheon of gods. There is a pantheon, right? In the Yoruba spirituality, the cosmology, it tells you about the pantheon of the Orishas. The Igbos have theirs. Every ancient spirituality system have theirs. There I am the son of Obatala. Obatala is the deity of consciousness. It's the deity of the mind. It's the deity of communication of ideas, right? So, do you know the God that you are partnering with right here? Your spirit double, your chi, your ori, they call it. Because your relevance and impact in the world is determined. Your value in that stock market of life is determined by that partnership. But when you think that your problem is with the devil or Satan, then you start chasing shadows. Exactly. It says, magnify the name of the Lord. Why does it need to be magnified? Why does the immortal need me, finite, to magnify? Why? Because the only time that anything has relevance in your life is when you magnify it. So the God that you magnify in your life is your God. There are many people right now, they think they are Christians or Muslims. Their God is Arsenal Football Club. Because they can skip church service and mosque to watch Arsenal match. That's their God. Anything you give credence and relevance to, that is your God. And guess what? The impact and capacity of that God determines your relevance and your value in the stock market of the world. It determines. That's why as people, as entrepreneurs, we must understand this before we gain any dimension of economic power. The world wants to keep you economically broke and stranded so they can control you. The wisdom of a poor man is foolishness. The wisdom of a poor man is foolishness. Nobody cares. Burna Boy said a quote one time. There is nothing deep about it, but it went viral. You have said all manner of deep quotes on social media. Nobody gives a rip about your quotes. The wisdom of a poor man is useless and foolish. So the world wants to keep you economically stranded and weak because that's the only way they can control you. Because the person who controls your economy is the person who controls you. That is your God. That is your God. A lot of people right now, their God is government. They think their God is Allah or Jesus. No, based on the way you are living your life, your God is not Allah. Your God is the government. Because you don't think your life can be any better until a particular person becomes president. So your God is government. Some people's God is entertainment, celebrities. Come on, celebrities. Because I've told you this before. You can have two people go to a church or a mosque or a program. One comes back and tells you, I beg, forget those people, they are fake, I beg, nothing happened there. Another one comes back and tell you, my life is changed. After 3 months in that place, something happened to me. Now you are seeing two people. One decided to be active in the process of their transformation. The other one is looking for a God that will just perform some magic. So what you magnify in your life. That's your God. So for a lot of people, as much as people want to fight religion these days and do all, people are not even ready. Let me tell you the truth of the matter. We were talking somewhere and someone said, you know, people will be tired when you stay too long on social media for 2 hours. You should make it brief. They will be tired. And I said, and you are the same person that is always attacking religion. When churches can stay in a place for 1 week, is this how you want to fight religion? The religion you want to fight, is this how you're going to fight it? People can stay in a convention in a church for 1 week. Go to Lagos, Yoruba Muslims, they will stay in a place for 48 hours to pray. But you don't like religion, but you are so freaking lazy. You cannot be committed to your so-called spirituality. So it better you go back to church or go back to mosque and stop criticizing religion. Because it's better you have that covering than be deceiving yourself all over the place. Because life is spiritual, right? The universe is spiritual. Science is limited. Listen, I have studied science, and I can tell you for a fact that because something doesn't exist now does not mean that it does not exist. Just because science cannot prove that something doesn't exist does not mean it does not exist. And there are many people in the scientific community that can attest to this. They are no longer in that stupid Charles Darwin nonsense. You saw these small Nigerian atheists. All these small boys come and tell you, I'm an atheist. Why are you an atheist? Charles Darwin talked about the theory of evolution. Oh, guys, shut up your mouth, please. A lot of scientists have moved on from that. They are no longer there because Charles Darwin gave you that theory based on the data that was available to him at the time. Yes. And the beauty of science is that science evolves. Science has evolved beyond all those, you take one rat, and you use that rat as an example to claim that boomerang theory. What's that thing? Big Bang. Big Bang theory. Oga, who will blow you in Nigeria? You go suffer. And that's why you see a lot of them. I see one like that on social media now, crying all over the place. When you even see him the way he looks, Oga, with all this your atheism, prove something to me. Let me see. Because the universe is spiritual. There are many things that science is able to explain to us now. But science could not explain it 100 years ago. But it existed then. Nothing is new. Radio frequency existed centuries ago. But science couldn't figure it out then. So there are many things that exist now. Science can't figure it out, but it will figure it out later. I don't want to be one of those people. I have seen it. I can relate with the spirit. I understand it. And I can apply it. So people who hold on to science, your life is limited, especially if you're living in Nigeria, where the government doesn't give you any social security. You will be so frustrated that you will ask yourself, why is my life like this? You can come on social media and be deceiving people, but you will be so frustrated. There is a God that exists. There is the pantheon that exists. The universe is deeply spiritual. You can't tell me about, Big Bang theory. No. That's why it's called the theory of evolution, not the practical of evolution. It's a theory because life is deeply, deeply spiritual. And only a spiritual person can perceive, can interpret, and can relate with the events that are taking place within them and outside them. Only a spiritual person. Only a spiritual person can relate with that. And the beauty of it is that spirituality does not have any religious tag. Divinity does not carry a religious tag. It doesn't. You can relate with divinity based on your function of understanding, but universally, divinity is divinity. It does not carry any religious tag. I said that to them in Lagos. You relate with divinity based on your function of understanding as you evolve and grow. It does not carry any religious tag. It doesn't. Are you blessed tonight? Everything we're talking about tonight, you are meant to go home with them and begin a journey of personal transformation in your life. See, we have 5 months to go in this year. 5 months to go in this year. There is a lot you can do with those 5 months. I mean, you must have some epic luxury hypo-5 pattern to it. You can't be chasing clouds. Yeah? So I have to sell, and bam, 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 bam. And that's it. So I'm telling you, as at May this year, I already accomplished 80% of my 2024 goals. Put it on no disturbance now. I already accomplished 80% of my 2024 goals as at May this year. I had to now add more to it because I want to take advantage of the energy that is available. And you can also do that. So it's not just about sensationalism. We are too into this sensationalization, tantalization, how one man is saying deep things and how, I want to see results. I want to see results. I love it when people call me and they share results with me from what they are applying, and then they are getting results. And that is what you are meant to start doing. From tomorrow, you are meant to hit the ground running. Hit the ground running from tomorrow. Take that proposal and breathe the breath of life on it, because your breath is not just air. It is the breath of life. Breathe on that proposal. Call your name, because your name is your means of expression, right? So you are stepping out of this place to go and apply. To go and apply. To apply pressure. To apply pressure. That's what you are stepping out of this place to go and do. And the laws of the universe don't fail. Because it is a law, right? It is a law. You know, there's a hadith by Bukhari that said that I am as my servant thinks I am. You know, for Muslims, when you go to the mosque, outside the mosque, you see people begging, right? They are who they think Allah is. That's why they are there. Now, there are people in that mosque who are commanding abundance. They are commanding abundance because they are who they think Allah is. I am as my servant thinks I am. So God now says, I am the way I'm what you think I am. And remember Moses, when Moses went and God said, go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. And Moses said, so who should I tell Pharaoh that sent me? And God said, tell him I am that I am. So whatever you tell Pharaoh I am, that's what I am. So if you think God is a broke-ass nigger, that is what God is to you. Simple. If you think God cannot do anything because Tinubu is the one in government, that's what God is to you. If you think God is all men are scum, all men are scum. If you think God is all these girls, all of them in Abuja, they are Oloshos, all the girls are Oloshos. I am as my servant thinks I am. I will do what my servant thinks I can do. I will do what my servant, you know, people read their scriptures, they don't even know anything about it. And they come out and start complaining, oh, I have tried. You have not tried nothing. You are not reading with understanding. I will do what my servant thinks I can do. Now it goes further, it says, if my servant moves close to me, I will move close to my servant. And in the Bible it says, draw near to me and I will draw near to you. And the Quran says, I'm closer to you than your jugular vein. Yes. What is closer to you than your jugular? It means that God is in you, right? He says, if my servant walks to me, I will run to him. Right? So you can't have treasures hidden in scriptures. You can't have treasures hidden in you. And then you are falling and rising and falling and rising and looking for external things to blame. Maybe by 2027, my life will be... the whalers will always be whalers. Whalers will always be whalers. I am as my servant thinks I am, and I will do what my servant thinks I can do. Listen, I'm a student of everything. I have made magic with scriptures from everything. I have made magic from the Emerald of Thoughts. I have made magic from the Quran. I've made magic from the Bible. And when I say magic, I mean I have manifested Just take one line of scripture and just sit on it with understanding and application. We are living in an era where all the resources that we need to be anything we want to be, they are available to us. You have no excuse. If you are against Bible and Quran, there are other sources that you can use. If you are against everything, but don't be atheist. But if you want to be atheist, no problem. That's you. But the resources to navigate your life, they are available to you. Recently, there is this, revolution in the southeast Nigeria when it comes to spirituality. And we are discovering some things about the southeastern spirituality system. And when I'm doing research, and when I see some things, I'm like, then I'll remember my Igbo friends. I'm like, does he know this thing I just read? Because if he knows, I don't think his life should be like that. Does he know this? That based on his Igbo ancestry, there is nothing as powerful as what I am discovering here about this person's Igbo ancestry. Nobody. We are in the Psychozoic age of human understanding. We are in that Aquarius age, stepping into it. You have no excuse. All the resources you need to power your life, they are available. But they are wrapped up in the body of esoteric knowledge. So you must open your mind. You must open your mind to it. You must receive it. You must celebrate it, because it is the key to you living the quality of life that you desire to live. I want us to do some affirmations tonight. So if you are ready, I want you to, because see, when it comes to affirmations, you have to not just be dramatic, you have to attach feelings to it, because the feeling is the prayer, right? They've told us that feelings don't matter, but in the cycle of manifestation, feelings matter. How you feel matters. How you feel matters. Are you ready for these affirmations? Everyone sit upright. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to conclude with this. Time is never enough for my master classes. Maybe we'll have 1 week master class one day. Place your hands on your laps. Breathe in and breathe out. Release all the stress. Release all the stress. Wow. Now say after me, this is an amazing night. And I'm glad that I came. This is an amazing night. And I'm glad that I came. Now say this. I declare that my vocal cord is the instrument that produces the audible vibrational frequency of my soul. Again, I declare that my vocal cord is the instrument that produces the audible vibrational frequency of my soul. The parastatals of my human institution are functioning by divine order and grace. Therefore, every arm of my human institution cooperates with the capital territory. There is no permission for unconstitutional activities in the territories of my spirit of my soul, of my body, every opposition, every protest, are hereby disarmed and dismissed. My chi is active, ready to work with me. My guardian angels are ready to move faster than the speed of light into time, into space, into events, into situations, to arrange and to rearrange things in my favor. Therefore, I speak these words of grace and glory and power into this quantum field, and they are attracting their twin flames and their frequencies, and they become my manifested realities. My spirit is alive. My mind is active. My body is agile. The trinity of my existence are operating on systems engineered for growth and advancement. I am thankful. I am grateful. I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe. I am free. I trust my wisdom. I listen to my intuition. It steers me in the right way. I believe in myself. My body is healthy. My body is thriving. I am strong. I am strong. I am capable of great things. I am loved and supported. I am loved and supported. I am exactly where I need to be. Every day, I am becoming healthier. I am becoming stronger. I am open to all healings. I am open to all healings. My divine inner child, I command you to rise up. I command you to come alive. I heal from everything holding me down. I heal from the hurt, the pain, the injuries. I heal from the violations. I heal from the betrayals. I heal from the disappointments. I am new. I never existed. I'm a new person. I never existed. My body is healing right now. Every cell is regenerating. I nourish my body with healthy foods and vital care because my body deserves it. I am in control of my emotions. I released past emotional pain. I embrace the present moment. I have a clear and focused mind. I am connected to the eternal spirit. I am connected to the healing energy. I am the glory of God fully alive. I am the house of God. I am the living temple of God. Therefore I think good. I speak good. I act right. I feel good. I eat right. Every unhealthy appetite are rendered impotent. I cease having appetite for junks. The kingdom of heaven is within me. I am energetically aligned. No challenging expressions. No imposter syndrome. My spirit is alive. Connected to the divine spark. Moving forward. I pray to build my spirit. I read to build my mind. I exercise to build my body. Money comes to me easily, effortlessly. Money comes to me easily, effortlessly. I am a money magnet. Abundance flows to me continuously. I am worthy of financial abundance. I am worthy of prosperity. My income is constantly increasing. I am financially secure. The only law is supply. Scarcity does not exist in my consciousness. The supreme law of abundance, the supreme law of supply, has freed me from the law of scarcity. I have the power to create wealth. I attract prosperity effortlessly. Money is a positive force in my life. Infinite intelligence. Get to work now. Divine substance is the one and only reality in my life and affairs. Money is energy. Therefore, I vibrate the frequency of every money I need now. I know what to do. I know where to go. I know who to call. I know who to partner with. I am not stranded. I am not ashamed. Infinite spirit of power. Infinite spirit of love. Inspire my thoughts. Inspire my words. Inspire my actions. What I am looking for is looking for me. The wife I'm looking for is looking for me. The husband I'm looking for is looking for me. The syllables of my name. This is very important. The syllables of my name murmur like the meadow. Everybody loves my name. Everybody loves my brand. They are looking for me from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. I am delivered from the pettiness of small people. I am delivered from the pettiness of small people. I am the right man for the right woman. I am the right woman for the right man. And they meet me now. I declare synchronicity between me and those who need what I have because they have what I need. There is synchronicity between me and the people who need what I have because they have what I need. The sun shall not smite me by day, nor the moon by night. The cosmic elements are in my favor. The sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, fire, water, earth, they are all in my favor. I am not alone. I am not alone. My ancestors are supporting me. My ancestors are supporting me. The pantheons of my ancestors, they are moving like wind, breaking through the rocks. God is with me. God is with me. Therefore, I break patterns that are not serving me. I break yokes holding me down. There is power in every pain. There is glory in every shame. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am not guilty. I am free. I am not guilty. Be and it is. Be and it is. Everything I declare, they are established now. Be and it is. Be and it is. Manifest victory. Forgiveness of past, of present, of future, errors, divine guidance, complete favor, strong help, strong help. I run like a cheetah. I rise like a lion in this city. I break free. I break free. I am blessed. I am thankful. Come on, clap your hands for yourself, guys. Now, this is what you're going into the new week with.